Hello, everybody. I'm out of breath because I just ran down the stairs. And it ran back up the stairs too. So we did a little pre-stream before. Come here, Bubs. Come here. Good boy. Chief's saying hello. We did a little pre-stream. I had a 1 minute break in between. Good boy. And now we're here. Tonight, I'm working on my origin. And we did a little bit of camera work before this. Now, if you've watched this stream, any of my live streams in the last, I don't know, almost a year, we were using a camera that looked like this. That is the color you're used to seeing in the live streams. Well, I found a way to run a virtual camera so that you could get the accurate color like my other videos, which is this. This is the color this room actually is. So that's the color Chief actually is. So now you can see that. What's the drink of choice for tonight? Tonic water. You saw me pour it. I poured tonic water in there, obviously. So that's the color in all your videos. No, this is the color in all my videos. The other one is only live streams, sir. What's up? We're just having a good old Friday night. You know, change your color temp and it should be fine. The other one, I can't. I don't actually have any controls because we run it through this StreamYard thing. And for some reason, it changes it. Like this is the color that I have when I run it through my normal processing. But for some reason, it's totally different. Chief has something smart to say about it. So Joseph McQuarrie, thank you very much. I'm proud to have been a nerd for a year with many more to come. I'll send you some stuff out tomorrow, Bob. Thank you very much. Glad to have you as well. How long till internet hit checkered pass? We've been pretty good. If we have a drop frame here or there, we'll allow that. But this, yeah. Do you still have your bandit? What is my bandit? Save bandit. I don't know. We are wrapping Christmas gifts. You know what? I am very happy to know that Nicole takes care of all of that for me and she loves buying presents for people. So I just saw the finished product of my IJ body and it looks amazing. Cannot wait for my VS14 builders kit to get here. Oh, sick. Good choice on that. My next IJ video goes up Monday. Is that a Savannah? Chief is a Cheeto. So, which is half Bengal and half Asa-cat. We had full-bred Bengals before. They were a bit of a nightmare. I loved them all, but these Cheetos are the sweet spot. They are just amazing. They like to be pet like a Bengal, so you got to beat them pretty good. But they get the spots. They're super cuddly, very talkative. Yeah. Optic body panels. I do still have them somewhere, I think. Do I? Or did I sell that car? I might have sold that car. God damn it, I don't remember. Was that on the wheel optic? Man, I do not remember. How often are the comps? Are you talking about local Sacramento comps? It kind of depends. What's up, Josh? My girlfriend loves Chief. What breed is he again? There we go. Well, he just talked about that. Cheeto. Like the Chester. And Suki is also a Cheeto. She's just a little bit smaller and doesn't love me nearly as much. Oh, hey, it's a cat. Yeah. Getting ready to fly out to San Antonio, Texas tomorrow. Well, safe travels. Safe travels to anybody who's traveling around. Obviously, I did sell it. Okay, that's what I thought. I thought I sold it. That wasn't a bad paint job for me. For me doing a paint job. Just saying. Cheap starfish, rusty sheriff badge. But on the origin, the sway bar arms come up and touch the rear panels. If you're going to run sway bars on the origin, run a really short end link that attaches them. BYB comes monthly in the SAC area, MOA, Sporty, and Scale. So yeah, BYB is another group in Sacramento, BYB Backyard Boys. They've got a Facebook page where they run monthly comps as well. They have stuff that's way more competitive, and the Scale side, bunch of really talented drivers in there, for sure. Let's see. I can't. It's my Golden's 4th birthday today. Nicole said that Chief's birthday was the other day, a week ago, maybe about. Yeah, it was actually a week ago. And I think he turned 4. I think. Sounds about right. Is that cup holder file? Is the cup holder file in stage 3 part of the buggy? Oh my God. I can't believe it. So the cup holder. There's a Facebook group, if you don't know, for the build alongs that I have. And someone posted up a photo of the cup holder in the build along, or on their clip. That's not supposed to be in there at all. That is a cup holder, phone holder that I designed for my Corvette. And I must have been saving files in that directory when I was designing that. And when I saved the STL, it must just went to that directory. So it's useless unless maybe you have a C7 Corvette that for some reason you want to put your phone in the cup holder. And that's been in there forever. I didn't know anything about it. Like, somebody posted it last week. I have that cup holder. I felt so dumb. I was just like, oh no. So that's what it's for. It is where I put my phone when I drive to work. Such an idiot. Actually, I'm just so surprised that nobody said anything until last week. Or I was blind to it until someone actually posted the actual. What an Easter egg. LESTLs. Oh, I am dumb sometimes. Anyway, tonight we're going to build some wheels. What is this cup holder for? And the thing is, I think it's labeled cup holder STL, but like there's no spot to put a cup, so it doesn't make any sense. It's the Corvette has an oval shape and normal. Oh, actually, what the hell do you know? This thing here normally goes in the middle of the oval, and it creates 2 cup holders. So like one here and then one here, but you can pull it out, and then this shape here clips over a little feature on the side. And I took and redid this, and I create like this side of it. I created like a thin spring, so it's just a single thin piece that gives some tension on a cup. And then the rest of it I made for a phone to sit at a bit of an angle in a pocket. It's funny that this is in here. That's what I used to design the other part. Josh, you're going to run crawlers on your Origin. I am not. I've got some Toyos in here that we're going to mount up tonight. HD auto interior. Oh, so stupid. So stupid. We're actually going to mount up my tires and wheels tonight. So I have got my gold X-rays in front of me here, and my monster green polished Origin. So that is the combo. So there we. Oh, what is Nicole talking shit about? Cool, but you still can't figure out how to take out the trash. I took out the trash. Took it out well. I took 3 hours to print it out. Holy shit. I'm sorry. Well, if there's ever a day when you think to yourself, maybe I was going to buy a Corvette. Idiot on my part. Not you guys, me. Never, I'm not calling any of you idiots. Not for this reason. Any suggestion will give me more performance out of an SCX-10? 3 JLU definitely got high center of gravity, debating on chopping the roof and cutting the fenders. I do have a suggestion. I did a video on the CJ specifically. And the SCX-3 has a very high center of gravity. Cutting up the body and stuff is not going to net you much. On mine, I thought the CJ was a great truck. Looked really good, but I hate the performance of the SCX-3. So I took and I removed the SCX-3 transmission, and I figured out a way to be able to drop a VFD transmission in place. And I sell the file for it if you want to print it yourself, the adapter, for like $1 or $2 on my website. And it makes a huge difference. I have a video on it that like shows like a way to calculate center of gravity, and then what I did to change the SCX-3. If you want to try and improve the performance of the SCX-3, in my opinion, it's a great place to start. Or another transmission of some sort that doesn't put the motor so crazy high. Anyway, so there you go. Jeremiah, thank you very much. So when are we going to get an update video on that 3-wheeled car you bought? I know you have. I do want to do an update. I do want to do stuff on that. My current obsession with getting a Lincoln Town car may have preoccupied that idea. And I'm just saying, if I buy another car, I may have to sell a 3-wheeler or 2. I have 3 to sell, so picking 1 or 2 shouldn't be that hard. Thank you very much, STWin18. Appreciate it a lot. If you have any, oh, there we go. By default, I watch you to do, but I wanted to say that Chiefs pattern is stunning. No, sorry about your Chiefs. Oh, thank you, and ouch. Chief is his pattern is amazing. It really is. He's so pretty. Funny story, when I first picked him up, and I flew to Arizona to pick up Chief. The most bougie sounding thing I've ever done. Anyway, I got him. The first time I saw him, I was like, this cat is kind of ugly. Like, this cat's face, I'm not so sure about this. Like, whatever. Turns out he grew into it. And you ever see one of them kids that just needs to grow into their head? That was Chief. Definitely needed to, but yeah. You spent a lot to troll me with the green. Oh my God, it stopped scrolling. Sell them or I'll find a new home. Or I'll find them a new. Oh, I thought you would find a new home. I was like, what? That's intricate. I'm just saying, I was just like, oh, thanks. Did you find your Lincoln? I found a couple. When I get back from, the holiday craziness. Yeah. My cat showed up at my back door and never left. Josh is still growing into his ears. Never. That's a feety thing. We just got big ass ears. I have a big ass head though. That's why. What color beadlock rings are you going to run? We are going to run a clear beadlock ring. I had black. I wanted clear, so I'm swapping them from another set of wheels. We're going to run clear on the gold. I think that looks amazing. So, hey, my friend, she had blue eyes when I got him, like one blue this way, one blue that way. Yeah. But he's all good now. That happens. One of Nicole's friends had a Frenchie as well, but he just had one that didn't work, and they called him Biggie Smalls because it was just over here. He's just this one had you. This one was not interested in the conversation whatsoever. All black on my Do It for Dale. I mean, I love the look of an all black rig. I don't ever do it because it's always so much harder to show in video and like things like that. But Brandon at the shop, he does all black all the time, and it always looks so good. Like in person, they just look amazing. Yeah. One of Nicole's friends had blue eyes. No, her Frenchie. One of Nicole's friends, Frenchie. R.I.P. Biffle. Oh my God, what a heartbreaking story that was yesterday. I got a text from a friend being like, hey, I just heard that this happened. And I was just like, what? And I looked it up and I was just like, it was all just kind of like hearsay reports. And then it was, maybe 10 or 15 minutes later confirmed. And just gutting news. I mean, just, so sad. I don't know what to, you don't even know what to say when you hear something like that. It was just, it's one of those things like, celebrities are just people, somebody losing a family member is just as sad, as, of course you hear of somebody losing somebody. It's just like, oh, that sucks. But you hear of somebody in a notable position, because it's just a perspective thing. And then you see all the people that it affects, and especially when there was something like that. And man, it was just a gutting story. So sad overall. Seeing everybody didn't even hardly know how to react to that. As far as like his NASCAR career, it wasn't something that I followed wildly close or anything like that. Didn't matter. But honestly, my connection to it had been in the recent couple of years more just through the Cletus stuff and all of those efforts, and learning about like his efforts after the hurricane hit North Carolina or South Carolina. I'm sorry. I thought it was North Carolina, but I could be wrong. I just absolutely crazy. So, that's a, whole family, granted, all the people that were part of that empire. It's local here in North Carolina. Yeah. I mean, for good reason, philanthropists, all that. Just crazy. It's a heck of a humanitarian. Yeah. I mean, good people, but you don't, it's, what do you say when you hear something like that? And he was on his way to spend the afternoon with Cletus. It was just like, wow. What a tough one to digest for all involved. Crazy. So not that, and listen, we play with tiny trucks to distract ourselves from the rest of life. So we're not gonna stay on that for the evening, but there you go. What hardware are you using? I am using stainless steel 164 scale hardware, Vanquish scale hardware. So can you see it? So I know it's hard to see in this situation, but just scale hardware. So there you go. Like I said, I don't like to talk about it because I play with toy trucks to not talk about things like that. After battling with Xfinity for 2 hours, oh my God, I have internet. It seems like yours is better now, Matt. Oh, God damn you. 2 super chats. I'm sorry. I was, head down with all that other thing. Sourdough Jack, thank you very much. Need to do a batch of gold and tie hardware for the origin to match the wheels. Oh, that would be fun. Now, you know how hard it is to get standard thread titanium hardware done? That'd be an interesting idea, though. Jeremiah as well. Thank you very much. Yep. You go to Arizona to pick up a cat. You also want to be a sports and flex. That's right. That was, that was. So that was at, I've made 2 trips to Arizona to pick up cats. The first time that I made the trip was for Sookie, and that is the trip when Ben and Phoenix found the I think Ben found the Flex Seal maybe, and then Phoenix had to actually go, holy shit, make it happen and get it, and then he was the one who actually shipped it to me, the whole thing. Oh my god, it was crazy. Absolutely. Anyone else? Josh plays GeoGuessr just to see road designs. Oh, you don't even want to know what I was doing. You want to hear nerd level today. So for any of you that have or have the interest in, you can download a program called Google Earth. There's a web version as well, but there's also an application that you can install on your computer. Now, we are supposed to have a tremendous amount of rain here in my area over the next 9 days. And I was just curious with my current location in the new house. I'm like, I wonder what everything looks like for stormwater outflow from here. So I decided to, in Google Earth, plot a path, which is pretty easy to do. There's just a path tool and you click along it, and then you can save that path, and then you can right click it and say show elevation profile, and you can see the elevation along that path the whole way. So if you want to check a road, so you can see if you're in a depression of, or like what it is, if it's 1 foot versus the elevation of your home, you can plot that all out. Because I haven't necessarily had a ton of I haven't had a ton of rain since I've lived here. I had some, but not the amount that we're about to see. So I was like, I want to plot the profile, see where I sit in elevation, what my threat level looks like if a storm drain gets plugged near me, whatever. So it was a 5-minute task because I've plotted elevation profiles in Google Earth 1,000 times. I used to do it all the time for work. Anyway, in case you thought I only did boring stuff, I also do stuff like that sometimes. Where is my 332nd? This isn't the one I thought it was, but this one will still work. Yeah, so obviously the flooding that's been happening in places lately has been crazy. Foggy there. It hasn't been so foggy the last couple of days because we've had some actual rain and moisture in the air to attach and drop that shit out of the air. Finally, 12 days of straight gray. That may have been the nerdiest thing I've ever heard. Wait, that was the not so boring stuff. We're having the worst flooding in 30 years where I live in Western Washington State. I called a friend of mine who lives up in Washington today just to say hello and see if he was dry. He's in Olympia. When I bought my Gladiator, I was visiting him, but Nicole must be gone. The doors. Yes, that is why that is open, so that the cats. Did you guys know there was a door there? Mind blowing, right? So yeah. Shiplap portal open. It's about 70 here in Georgia on Xmas and back down to 30s by New Year's. Pull. Sounds. What are you doing back there? Chief's hiding behind the door. You see his little ears. What are you doing? Silly place to say. I was possibly going to move to Washington, and then that happens. Well, I mean, it seems like Vegas hasn't been short on weather issues either. Missouri weather has been perfect. Don't be jealous. What happened to the cat door you installed? Oh my God, it is one of the most used things ever. It's not on this door. It's on our master bedroom door. And these cats use it all the time. All the time. It's just a constant. Best thing we ever installed. Just, I'm telling you. He's waiting to ambush you. He wants to. He's pretty good at that. I'm confused by why they built a pentagon-shaped room. It's not a pentagon-shaped room. This is a rectangle. I have the camera. The camera is in a corner, and it's looking directly at the other corner so that it maximizes how big this room looks. Because this is not a big room. This room is 9 by 10. And so it's 10 feet that way and 9 feet wide. It's a small room. I just try and make it look as big as possible by putting the camera as far in one corner as possible so it's as far from the other side. Makes it look bigger. Mastered how to make things look bigger on camera. Oh, we're gonna run room. That's a closet. I'm just saying. That room looks like a walk-in closet. It's not much bigger. I've seen. Show us the room. You want to see the rest of the room? I mean, you're going to see a corner of a monitor here. So, but there's a wall right there. I mean, it's over here, but my toolbox, and then like that, you're seeing as much as I can show you that way. Toolbox, which is just a Yukon rolling box, and then my race sim. So that's it. And the race sim is this far from the toolbox, so then to the wall. And then this side is a closet that I took the doors off of. And then I put shelves in so that I could organize all of my parts into bins. That's it. That's the whole room. There's a little bit more over there, but I have an item or, can't see everything over there. Where's the baby crib? We need the MTV cribs like we did with the tutorial. That was a little bit easier because we were using a laptop. We walk around. This is a camera on a tripod connected to a desktop. Show us the spoiler products. It's not spoiler products. It's just I set something up there before I sat down that we don't show on this channel. Is the room trapezoid shaped? It's a parallelogram, but with 90-degree corners. So if that makes sense. What are you rocking over there? G29 G Pro. The G Pro setup. So Logitech G Pro. Nice setup. Plenty of power. What is the purpose of a double roundabout? Yes. These are the questions that I'm here for. Double roundabout, oftentimes used at the bottom of interchanges to act like, rather than traffic signals at the bottom, and they'll kind of key them together. Or it can be used in areas for like shopping areas, things like that, where you have multiple access points, but you want to keep traffic calm. So you can use it for traffic calming measures. Yeah. So racing case, yes. Anybody else making a mini US General speaker box? Using the mini US General toolbox as a speaker box? I kind of like that. Let's set those stars. I don't know where my leather punch went. I know there's somewhere, but I got no idea. I'm not finding it. SB Custom. Are you still using the Yes TIG welder? Do you still recommend it? So I was using the Yes TIG welder up until a little while ago. When I switched over to back to my AHP because I was doing some aluminum, so I had switched over. And then after that, I just hadn't switched back. And then I recently had got an Arc Captain 200 ACDC as a video review. So I am running that currently. However, there is no reason why you couldn't, why I wouldn't still recommend the Yes welder for the price. Still a killer machine for the money. Nothing wrong with it whatsoever. I did just get 2 more Arc Captains that are competitive at that same price point to test. And I haven't run them yet, so I don't know. But beyond that, beyond any of that information that I don't know yet, the Yes welder still a great buy for the money. Really, really is a good buy. Okay, I need 465 foams. So, did I grab 465 foams? I did grab 465 foams. There we go. Honey, I never see calm people at roundabouts. What do you do with the stock foams that you pull out of the tires? I throw them away. I wish I had a more interesting answer to give you, but I can't keep all that shit around. Otherwise, yeah. We never got an Xmas list on the live this year. Have a quick list off the top of your head. So we didn't do one this year yet. However, we are going to do one next week, but it's with like ridiculous topics. So I don't have a good one off the top of my head. I always have to do a little bit of research. But we have an interesting list of topics for next week. Let me see if I can pull it up real quick, and I'll read 1 or 2 off for you. Do you guys have 3-lane roundabouts over there? Yes, we have multi-lane roundabouts that can have 3. I don't know that I've seen any more than 3. But I've designed on 3-lane roundabouts before, or at least a portion of a roundabout that had 3 lanes, not necessarily 3 circulating lanes all around. Oh, I'm not logged in on that. I can look on my phone though. Not a fan of 3D inserts versus foams. I'm not. I've got so many sets of 3D printed foams here that I've got from so many different people. And in the end, I just haven't. Actually, I've got a set right here that was given to me by a local person that I haven't used yet. I don't remember what size these are for. I think 475s. I don't remember what name those are specifically. And then I've got Nebula RC ones. And they feel okay, but I just have so many of them. I've ran so many of them for short times and just not been huge fans. In my red Rockabilly, though, I am running a hybrid where it's the inner stage is 3D printed foam, and then the outer stage is actually the factory foam from the tire stretched over it. And those I actually do kind of like. So really depends on weight. Man, I've ran them in so many different rigs, and just in general, I don't think any of them have ever felt better than a foam to me. So I just a personal thing. I just really don't like the side hill or the printed foams bounce too much on. Yeah, they feel so much less natural, or so much further from how I prefer them to feel while driving. I don't like them. I just much prefer a good foam setup. Welcome, RC More for Fun. RC and More for Fun. new member. Much appreciated, sir. You have a lot of videos you can go watch now. It's like 130 or 40 member videos. Not saying they're all worth watching, but you know, some of them are interesting. There's some good ones back there. Okay, so some of the product categories that Matt and I are going to have for the live stream next week. So these are like products we want, and one of them is a product that you want that you would say, why does this product even exist? As an example for one. And then another one is product that you want, and something that you want that you'll immediately hide when guests come over. So they're all like that. Where did foam come from in RC? What started it? That is a great question. Ooh, I don't know that. I don't know when it started. That was way before me. What do you think about changing the rockabilly to be a mullet? That one there is absolutely, I'm doing that because my straight axle one is one of my favorite trucks to drive. I love it. And a mullet drives so much like a straight axle, but just like a little bit better in some situations. So I'm going to switch it over just because, for one, I love this stance, and I can get this stance out of a mullet easily because I can make the rear clear appropriately, but the front you can't unless it's on straight axles like this. So this one is going to get swapped over 100%. After driving it as a portal, I'm like, yeah, that was fine, but a mullet in this would be elite. Oh, what's up, dude? Come here. Ejaculate is definitely not on the list. Who still has the old pink memory phone? Was that a Northwest Scale Tech or something? Northwest Track Tech. Wasn't that one of them? Sourdough Jack? Tom? Hot Bubs. I've also had mixed feelings, but I prefer the side hill stiffness. I don't like the tire rolling and causing roller hybrids. Yeah, the sidewall support is nice in times, but also feels unnatural at other times. When there is no deformation at all, especially towards the top. And that's why I like a good 2-stage foam, but high clearance cat. You got what's up, Apex? Does putting air holes in tires make that much difference? 1,000%. It's yeah, day and night difference. So I'll run a truck and be like, oh, I forgot to vent those for sure. And then you put your air holes in it and you're like, there you go. Everything is back to normal. What's those dual stage foams from? These are Vanquish ones. These are just a Vanquish 2-stage foam. They're a single firmness, so there isn't multiple options. Just a good option. Obviously, we just kind of chose what we liked to make or what we liked to run, and then we made that. So that's why these exist. If you don't know, I work at Vanquish, so I get to have some input in the products that we make. I don't design all the products by any means. I don't design the products. I just get to I have a lot of opinions on things. So yeah, there we go. SL3D squids. I've run those before as well. I've had them in a couple of different sets, and I mean, they're a good foam. It's just not my preference. Ooh, I do have brass rings. Don't let me forget to install the brass rings in the front. Do not let me forget. Cherokee. Vented versus not. Difference is as big as Josh's head. Why do we have these discussions? I thought you worked for FMS. What's your method to cut tires for venting? I'm going to show you here in a little bit. I'm going to show you. It's nothing special. I would say it's even enraging to some, because I take regular ass flush cuts and cut a little square, and people don't like when I do that. Yep. If never going in water, VP dual stage. It was, damn it, it jumped. I got it. I have opinions on things. No kidding. You know, it's funny because the internet made me this way. If you knew me before the internet, which I'm old enough for that to be a valid statement, in general, like, I would say that I was a introverted person. I'm still fairly introverted. Until you get me in a situation that I'm comfortable with. And with my people, crawler people, not introverted at all. You put me in, like, you take me to a random house party with a bunch of people I don't really know and may not like that much anyway. There's not my type of people. Like, there's nobody there. Like, if I can look around the room and be like, I'm not going to talk about cars or off-road with anybody in this place. I highly introverted. Where my brother, the most opposite of that situation you could ever find. My brother is, he and I, alike in many ways, couldn't be more different in others. And that was one of them. So if you keep showing us fancy tools, we're going to keep asking if you have them. How long has your lady known you? Can she confirm? Ooh. No, Nicole knew me and I was already, well, kind of. I was kind of just doing forum stuff, which I had a lot of opinions on the forums. That's what kind of started this whole thing. And I was somewhat out of that shell by that time of my life. But Nicole and I have been together in February, it will be 15 years. February 15th, 15 years. And it will be our 10th wedding anniversary in June. So there you go. Been a minute. Now, I am very happy with the look of that combo. That looks fantastic. Oof. It's a whole lot of Josh. That's no kidding. Let's see. I bought the taller BFG crawlers. Does VP have two-stage foams for those? Yes. Yes, there are two 5.25-inch tall foams for those. And these are not those, because I have them and I installed them in my taller 2.2 BFG crawlers. So yes, and they felt fantastic. I drove them last weekend. It was perfect. Loved them. Hey, Thomas. The bosses took us out for a day in the desert with the trucks and a freaking helicopter. Oh, see you boys at KOH. Dude, I'm stoked for KOH. For those that don't know or haven't followed as much, King of the Hammers is coming up. And there was for the last like 10 or so years, there has been a official RC of King of the Hammers. And this year, Vanquish took that over. So now Vanquish is the, you're no scale hardware. I put scale hardware on the beadlock and I forgot to do the centers. I'll fix that. Thank you very much. Need scale hardware. It's just not paying attention. 15 years, 3 gifts. Are you right? Three. Is that? I got her a picture one year. This year I got her a gift. I got her tickets to the Savannah Bananas when they come to town. I can only remember 2 gifts. There might be a third. So, who was the RC company? Did you add rings to the front? I haven't yet, because even though we've been streaming for 46 minutes, I've built 1 wheel. I better get something done tonight. Otherwise, this is going to be the most ridiculous stream to get 4 wheels built. The Soul Sucker Honda was a pirate ticket to Crawlapalooza this year. Oh, we would like. Hey, Stacy, good seeing you. Stacy here. When Nicole and I were first, we had only Nicole and I started dating in February 15th, and I was like kind of wanting. I wanted to buy a house at that. This is 2011, and we had decided. We found a house. We were in negotiations for the whole thing, working through all the details, and it was all kind of coming to a closing date, the whole deal. And Nicole was just a girlfriend at the time, so it was all me. But I come home from a comp in Columbia, Missouri. It was our state championship, I think, or qualifier for nationals, whatever it was. And I come in the apartment at the time, and I tell Nicole, I said, "Hey, we're gonna move into this house and all that. I'm gonna have a friend move in with us as a roommate." And she's like, "Oh, okay, that's fine." And I was like, "Listen, I've known Stacy for a super long time. Stacy and I shared a bed once. The first night I met Stacy in Oklahoma, randomly. So, God, I remember it exactly. Oh, I was broke at the time, needed the money, and no, it's a true story. But I was like, so Stacy's gonna move in with us, and Nicole was like, okay, like she didn't want to say that. She's like, because I just didn't lead on at all that Stacy was a man. She just played it cool until sometime later I actually caved and told her that Stacy was indeed a man, and that but she played it cool. She didn't rock the boat. She's like, "Oh, okay, talk about this later." But seriously, Stacy and I did share a bed once in Disney, Oklahoma, on the first night I met Stacy. Not a strong start to your argument for her as a roommate. Both of my TOFs were bangers. Oh, sweet. Purple H10 axles, pink wheels. Oh, you got one of the sets of pink wheels? Oh my God. And violet IFR with H10 RTR. And the second one was straight axle kit with HD44 with purple diff covers and some monster green wheels. Few more. That's awesome. Glad that you got it. Now, I didn't know that pink wheels had been done at first. And I walked into packaging and I saw the pink wheels and I was like, "Ooh, what did we do here?" And he was like, "I did some pink." And I was like, I'm gonna veto that. We're gonna not put that in there." And she looks at me and she goes, there's a few already in there. And I was like, that's okay. That's okay. Just no more. And she was like, okay. So she just put them aside. You honestly probably saved my marriage. I'm sending you both Palooza tickets. Oh my God. Stacy was working, or I believe still works. He was working GM in Kansas City, even though he lived in St. Louis. So he was only at the house during the week. He worked third shift. I never saw him hardly. He lived there he's just like, we completely different schedules pretty much. He played Call of Duty in there, and that was it. Best roommate ever. Never saw him. No. Such good times. First Crawl Palooza, that would have been October of 2007. It's an amazing event. One of the best times ever. What size crawlers are on your IJ? 475? That is correct. 475, but stretched on 2.2 wheels. The donation's name? Wait, did I miss something? Thomas Class 1. Did I miss something? I don't know what that means. Hey, I graduated high school in 2007. I graduated college in 2006. So, wait, no, 2005. End of 2005. So, Josh, are you going to do the 3D printed Porsche 930 TT02 with SPG? No. Nah, I'm not as much. I'm not as interested in doing that. I don't know. I just don't really have any interest in it. As much as I like Porsche, like that, I like that off-roady thing. But sorry. All right, I got to put rings on something. Otherwise, we're never going to get this done. I graduated in 2014. That's okay. Some of my packaging employees were born in the 2000s, and that hurts a little bit. Let's see. Brass rings. We're still on the rear, Phoenix. We've only got one done. 52 minutes in, and I've just started to assemble the other ones. So I graduated high school in 1978. That hurts saying that out loud. I graduated high school in 2001. So, good year, 2001. I feel so old. I graduated college in 91. Yeah. Lowest tire change ever. I'm building BBW Sierras right now. Nice. I like that. I graduated closer to Matt than John. Yeah, Matt is I think Matt's 9 years older than me. No, 7 years older than me. I got released in 01. From get paroled, or you released from the womb, or class of 90. Hurry up so we can play GeoGuessr. my new girlfriend was born in 2000, and I like it. Listen, I'm here to support decisions like this, Gunner. I'm just saying. I fully support all of this. Winning, yeah. Psych ward, yeah. We were released from this. Yeah, it's. Any comments on the Kansas City Chiefs season? Oof. Is there any comments worth making? I think I watched 2 games this year. Normally, I've watched normally. In the last however many years, I've watched. Oh, what's up, Bubs? Speaking of Chief. Speaking of Chief. What's up, Bubs? I've watched a lot of the games in the past however many years because Nicole likes to watch them. And if they're worth watching, I'm here. I'm here for it. But yeah. The lack of progress aside, this has been a great stream. Thanks, Phoenix. At least we haven't dropped internet. Starfish has arrived. So, Bubs. Good boy. Good boy. Do you still like your MT12? And did you ever try to design a centering spring for the rear steer knob? So I actually don't. A centering spring isn't something that I wanted. I don't like a self-centering rear steer. I like to be able to just kind of push it and then leave it. But also, I'm not running that radio anymore. As powerful as that radio is, one of the most amazing radios that has been released in a really long time as far as some of that stuff goes. It was also like one of the worst to actually have to use. Not like drive with, but to use as far as like programming new things and then not programming something for a while and having to pick it up. I just didn't care for it. And I got that FlySky G11P and I prefer it immensely. I had that modification done to it by 314 RC Crawler, who does the rear steer knob and the handle for you. And it was fantastic. So I've switched to that. I drove the Jimmy's buggy with that last weekend with the 4-wheel steer. Worked great. I'm like, well, there you go. I forgot to ask you how you like the G11P mod from Tim. Loved mine. It was great. It was perfect. Felt super easy. I didn't have to do anything except ship in my radio. So there you go. I just super happy overall. Moved forward. What's the best way to fit 2 2s on a TRX4? I would say that, I mean, if you just want to look at bigger tires, like that's just the style you like, I get it. If you're going for performance, I would tell you to shy away from that direction that you're traveling. If you just want it, style of trucks you like to look at, freaking go for it. The high trail kit, the lift kit, whatever, it'll make stuff a little easier to clear the body and things. You go with some wider offsets. You can do that too. You know, in the end, if you don't like looking at your RC truck, what's the point? But I will say that it's not going to make it a better performer. The size, as far as length, width, wheelbase of a TRX4 will perform best on 1.9s. But if that's not the type of thing that you're after, which is totally fine, then, you know, change it up. Also got some 1.9 Trepidors. I would tell you to go with the Trepidors instead. I mean, I would tell, but again, like I said, it really depends on what you want to look at. So, because if you just want to see something, why not? You know, there's a lot of trucks up here that are built like they are because I like the way that they look rather than what would be the best performance. If you knock that box of screws over, I am going to be less than thrilled with you. Are you still in the second wheel, Josh? Yes, but the wheel is assembled now so we can actually mount it. Dude, this is inconvenient of you. I'm not going to move you because I wouldn't do that. I am the type that will sleep uncomfortably because they are sleeping on my legs. And I'm like, nope, I can't move the cat. Where Nicole, they're attached to Nicole. So she will yeet them off of her. She's like, nope. And then they'll find their way back to her. They don't sleep on me very often. So when they do, I'm like, nope, whatever you want. Whatever you want is fine. I'll just be uncomfortable. I'll be... See, this is goddamn adorable. Can I have these screws though, bub? Thanks. Long time no see. Thought I'd say hi. Hello. Hey, Black Sheep. Good seeing you, Jimmy Keene. It was funny. I was watching the very first episode of Livestream Takeover on Wednesday to make some, since we were doing our 300th episode. I was looking back at it. I saw your name pop up a few times on that first episode. I was like, I haven't seen Jimmy Keene in a while. And then here you are. Psst, 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 tell your cat. Tyler says, what's up? My cat got super interested in this stream. What do you think, dude? You see yourself on the screen or not? How many wheel hexes are in the blem bag? Ooh, you know what? So when that blem bag happened, I brought home, half, not quite half, but almost half. And I ran through, I think, all of those, but I still had the other half. So I think I brought back an even bigger bag. Going to last another 5 years or more. Lifestyle had shoulder surgery, affected business and whatnot, but getting my feet back on. Hey, good deal. Glad to hear that, coming back and getting that stuff. It's stuff like that's always Chief is the star of the show now. Yeah. There's no denying things like that. I got no problem with it. He's a good boy. That's a good boy, Chiefy. Good boy. Right. Just grabbing some scale hardware. No need to be worried. Oh, are you sitting on the other one? I think he's seriously plopped on top of the other one I need. Dude, you are firmly in the way now. I have another one. It's okay. I don't want to move him. Hey, Jimmy Keene's a new member. Glad to have you. Good to have you, dude. Seriously, good to have you back. Chief is getting better ratings than Josh. I mean, I know what I'm doing here. I know what it takes. Viewer retention. It's behind the tire. This one and this one. Those are not the ones that I needed. I needed the larger one. Which maybe he's not on top of, but I don't know. He's just chatting with the cat. Under the first wheel. Do you know roughly when the Flex Seal Live aired? Ooh. That had to be, let me see if I can think. So Sookie would have been, I would say, August or so of 2020. Maybe, no, it would have been later than that, would it? August, maybe August, September of 2020. I'm guessing. So that's how you got all those tools. Chief hatches them. Yeah. You just have to find the piles of puke that he leaves, on occasion from licking stickers. You little idiot. You gotta hide anything with tape on it. He makes himself sick. Check the spreadsheet. So good boy, huh? Yeah, another new member. Rod Apple, I wrote your name on another May 2021. I was way off. I wrote your name on another certificate of authenticity the other day, actually. Good to see you here as well. So, at least he's not out hunting snakes like mine does. Listen, this cat does not, he's not an outside cat. He's not a, I don't know that he's got a lot of real great instincts. There we go. See, the chat message censored the beehole. Hey, thank you very much, Tom. Just got home and need to settle an argument with the missus. In double left-hand turn lanes, what is each lane called? Inner, outer, leftmost? What if there are three? So usually when we are like, it kind of depends, I guess. If you're doing it in a like an accident report fashion, inner is the one closest to the median. So the inside of the road is the median. From there, it goes out. So innermost, if you're like doing an accident report or going through accident reports, that's how you would identify that. Otherwise, if you're trying to go through and it's a complex, something like that, they'll number the lanes and they will start at the inside lane usually. Like that inside most turn lane would be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And that's how you would identify it across the intersection from there. That would typically be how we would go about using it. So, yeah. Hopefully that either helps or possibly causes more. Lane 1, yeah, lane 1, lane 3, yes. That's how we would do a lot of those things. Or shit, actually, is it the other way? Does it go from the outside in? She said, but it's up in like inside is still closest to the median. It's just the numbering when we would go 1, 2, 3, 4. I think when we go 1, 2, 3, 4, we start at the shoulder and we move to the inside. So, yeah, anyway. It's been a while since I've had to number lanes. Let's see. I think on my first origin, you had to call me. I did, because we had a little panel mix up, and then we had to redo some panels and chassis to get you a different certificate, little things like that. Had to call, have a little combo on the phone. Like, hey, guess who screwed up? This guy. Inside to outside starts at 1. That's what I thought as well. I just couldn't, I always question myself. Fast lane on the highway is lane 1. Okay, so I was right. I'm going with my gut, but it's been so long that I, yeah, sometimes you just don't, you don't know. I guess I haven't been an official practicing traffic engineer for let's see, on January, basically, like, I think the first day that I started at the office for full days was January 8th of 2016. I remember that because it's my dad's birthday. And so January 8th, this coming year will be my official 10 years. 10 years at Vanquish. Crazy. Okay. Rear tires are done. Now we're going to build the fronts, and I'm going to include the brass rings. I'm not going to forget. Saying it. I'm going to open these now so I don't forget. What is that thing called in Springfield Mo going over the freeway? Because that is called a diverging diamond interchange. DDI. DDI. What's your title at Vanquish? I usually don't really give out my official title. I don't know why. I just usually don't. Some people probably know it if they've got a, business card from me or something along those lines. But, I don't know. I don't know why I don't. I just don't. I don't know. Just head turned. And so, more hubs. Rest. I don't need the screws, I don't think. We're going to take these rings off so that we... What did you do? So we don't use them. Did you vent with punch preferably? I did not, and I did not yet. Can I get a business card? No, because it has my phone number on it. So, just saying. Cheap sticker liquor. Well, you got one of the C's right, or one of the letters right. PTOE. PTOE is in my official LinkedIn title. I think LinkedIn has my actual title. What knife do you have there, Josh? This is an Emerson, and it's got some custom scales that were done by a guy named Andrew Chalet out of Illinois, actually. And this knife was gifted to me by a friend, Mark, and he gifted me another Emerson at one time, which I have in the safe now. But I became just such a fan of these Emerson knives, and this one initially was like, this is kind of too big for me to everyday carry. But so I bought another smaller Emerson that was a little bit smaller, and it's a Tonto style blade and such. And I sent it to Andrew Shelley to do titanium. It's called a po' boy. So it's a titanium upper with a black G10 lower. But in the end, I prefer this to any knife that I've ever owned. And he had this custom little 45. I don't know what you call this button, what it's actually called. And then I left pocket carry every day. So, and Mark had surprised me and Matt both with this actually. And when Mark had it done he had this drilled for left-hand carry, and it's etched with a American flag that is properly etched for left-hand carry as well. Because if you know, when you have an American flag on a shirt or thing like that, the stars side should always be facing forward. So he did all that, and it's amazing. And then like the scales have just like weathered in, so cool. And it's just I love this knife. So that's one that I carry every day. So primer cap. No. I mean thumb screw technically. I meant like when it's on a knife. I don't know what you call it technically, but thumb screw appears to be the name. So that's a decent sized knife. It is. And it was just, I thought it was too big to carry every day at first, but I've just really ended up enjoying this. And these Emerson knives have this little hook right here called the Wave. And when you put it in your pocket, the way that you take it out, you kind of drag it back, and that hook catches the edge of your pocket. And as you pull it out, it will flip and lock. It's just second nature. It's almost like a assisted knife, but you just kind of grab it and you pull them, and it's out. And you just do it regularly. It's not like you're trying to like be ready for combat. I'm not that person, but I pull my knife out 15 times a day, and it's so nice to have just that automatic. I don't know. I love that knife. I'm a big fan of pocket knives. I've carried a pocket knife almost every day since I was in high school. And I never carried crazy knives in the past. You're not the guy, pal. According to California, it's probably too bad. You should have seen the. So this is a very nice knife. Like the quality of it, it's also it's not an inexpensive knife. It's especially with some of the extra stuff that was added to it, and the gesture of it given as a gift was pretty wild. And it was in Utah when it was gifted to me, and Matt was with me as well, and Matt was gifted one. And the level of uncomfort that Matt had, not at receiving the gift, because he was very grateful for that, but at the at the instruction that was being given to him on how would be best to smuggle this knife through customs or whatever to get it back to his home. Oh my God. Because Matt's like, oh, I'll just have it mailed to me. And he was like, oh, you really shouldn't get mailing knives like that into Canada. It can be a little bit of an issue. So the best thing you can do, in your checked bag, bury it in a shoe, this and that. Customs usually won't do anything about that. And Matt's just like, okay. It was so funny. And he did it. He followed the directions and it made it home with him. But oh my God, one of the absolutely just the most funny. Because Matt is truly like one of the most like appreciative and people for especially nice gestures. I am also appreciative of all the gestures, but I maybe don't know how to, voice that nearly as well as Matt does. But the edgiest thing Matt has ever done. And I also didn't have to travel internationally. So I was like, yeah, I got it. Absolutely. So, but oh my God, it's hilarious. But yeah, right now all I carry is Emerson's, and I was carrying previously CRKTs, and I really like these knives as well. This is like a $60 knife. They're a double lock, so they've got this little clicker up here, and then the same little switch. So you hit them both to fold it, and I got really used to those. And for like just an absolute, utility type deal, it worked great for me. And then I started carrying Emerson's, and I've never gone back. So yeah, I bet Matt was sweating the whole time. You're also more experienced at skirting the law. I like to break some sort of law just about every day. I think technically I'm currently riding dirty in the Corvette. So I carry smock knife. I'm not familiar with that one. That's what I've got. I love CRKT. They've just been great knives for me. Yeah. Got any OTFs? Do you mean TOFs, or is this a brand of knife that I'm not familiar with? I always had a Benchmade, but I switched to QSP. Benchmades, I've never owned myself, but Jim at the office, Ripper Machinist, he carries a Benchmade every day. And so I've, of course, dealt with his quite a bit, and it's out the front. I've never owned an out the front, actually. Well, like when I was a kid, I had like a cheap, like a fake. Hey, look who's here. This is Mark. No way. That's hilarious. Matt, the non-law-abiding citizen. 45 thumb screw. Happy holidays, Josh. And happy holidays, Mark. You as well, sir. That's too funny. Hope everyone is well. over there. Good seeing you. It's good seeing you in here. uh, just bought one, Josh. They owe you now. Technically, you'd say they owe Mark one, because when he was the one who turned me on to these Emersons, and man, I've just been so hooked on them. They have like a little video on their site that like kind of tells you like how to use that, and it might seem weird at first to like practice it, but once you do, Mark told me, he's like, go practice it, and I was like, okay, I'll practice it, and then I did, and I was like, oh shit, like really changes how I carried from then on, and I've just never stopped. In India, you can carry much anything but a ballistic knife. Not like one of the ones you use to kill sharks, but or do you mean a funny story? My wife and I used to run the lasers at Buck Knives. That's how we met. Oh, that's rad. That is rad. Is that the Saks? As far as the model on this one, do I know the model on this one? Yes, it is SEAX. However you're supposed to say that, CX. That is which one this is. I'd have to look at what the model on the other ones are, but that's my EDC. So California laws suck. When I was a pool builder back in 2020, a lot of Californians came to Texas and bitched about all the law. Yeah, I mean, trust me, I moved here 10 years ago now from Missouri, and prior to that, Nebraska, and there just wasn't a lot. Granted, nothing like an old timer. I have a collection of old timers from when I was a kid, just traditional old timers, double blades or whatever, just double or triples. God, I don't even remember. But yeah, you got the one weird bull-nosed one, and yeah. Josh will send a customer going sick. I love knives. I've always loved knives. Benchmade knives are nice, but slightly overpriced. Oops. Watch Metal Complex for some good knife. I think that's always the fun thing. It's just like if you start watching particular industries close and you see some of the the boutique brands or boutique builders, and you learn such cool things about it. It's the knife is a tool in the end. It's gotta work for you and things like that. You gotta the boutique stuff can be sometimes way more expensive, right? Some of the prices on those knives, like when I'd watch, there was a couple of knife builders I found or followed back earlier in Instagram days, and seeing what they would only sell their knives via auction, and they'd be thousands and thousands of dollars. It's crazy. What else do you need for your origin? I don't think that I need anything else. I just need to get her finished. It's by my feet here, and we're about to mount up the front set of tires. So, yeah. There are a lot of Californians that moved to Prosper, Texas, and I mean a lot. My brother, as you can imagine, grew up where I grew up, in Nebraska. He did not move to Missouri. He actually moved for a while to Arkansas, and then from Arkansas he moved to San Francisco, and he moved out there before I moved here. And he left San Francisco in 2020, and he moved to Austin, Texas, which is like the most Texas of Texas places because it's the capital. And if you ask anybody from Texas, they'll tell you that Austin is like the Texas of Texas. I love to say that. It's my favorite thing, just to really rile up people who live in Texas. Oh, change foams. Change foams while I'm trying to cause shit. It's my favorite thing. I love Texas. Is her hair getting even bigger than it already was? Did you have it in the big Texas? Did she do pageants when she was young? Do you do chili cook-offs now? I need to know all of these things. Okay, I'm done shit talking. 465 pounds. Are her ears as red as Josh's when he gets mad? Oh, hey, I'm a Brit to a Texan. Oh my goodness. A Brit marrying a Texan? Where do you guys live? There's no way you could have stayed in Texas. You guys have to live in like, oh, where? I'm guessing Colorado. North Carolina? Ah, the Colorado of the East, obviously. My wife is from Dallas. It's Dallas. You take that back, sir. It's the best Carolina. I'm here for it. Chaos. Chaos is the best. There's plenty of ways to piss off Texans. Tell them Oklahoma is better. Oh my god. Nobody would make that joke. That'd be like calling Austin the most Texas part of Texas. Oklahoma's panhandle's way better. Listen, some of my best memories in life have come from Oklahoma, though. I'll say that. I've had some good memories in Texas as well, though. And my niece lives there now, so you know, I obviously has to be another one of my favorite places. Oh yeah, she's there with my brother and my sister-in-law as well. But you know, most importantly, my niece. And soon-ish, my nephew. Boom. Look at that. My first kid was born in Oklahoma. Oh, they have a hospital, or are you just driving through? That'd be hard to find a hospital in Oklahoma. I like Utah. Good rocks. Utah is, if I was choosing a place to move to today, Utah would be like, it would be the front runner. I'd have to find a really good place that would be a different option, because if it was today, I think I would choose Utah. Just saying. I love Utah. Hospitals are the tallest buildings in Oklahoma. They're the only ones that survive the tornadoes. I live in the Thunderdome of Texas. Oh, where's that? Is that like San Antonio? I'm 20 minutes from Traxxas. Is Traxxas in Plano? I live in Northeast Utah, close to the Colorado state line. Oh yeah, there's what is that called up there? We Rock, full size We Rock. They have an event up in that area of Utah, I believe. Josh, didn't you tell me Texas has the best barbecue hands down? Texas barbecue it's like if you missed a step in cooking good barbecue. It's like you had almost everything you needed, but you forgot the most important part. That is Texas barbecue. Chief is trying to save me by yelling. He does not. It's like, stop. Please stop. You're going to ruin everything. Kansas City barbecue is by far the best barbecue. St. Louis barbecue, pretty decent. Kansas City barbecue, there is nothing better. Let's see. Casey Masterpiece, it's okay. It's fine. But honestly, if I'm going for my favorite barbecue, it's in Kansas City, Kansas, not Missouri, which is the majority of Kansas City. But there's red one that says he said they have extra crumbs. Oh my God. Sorry. Only 20. Vernal, Utah. I believe that is it. But what was I saying? Oh yeah, favorite barbecue. It's in Kansas City, Kansas. It's from a little place called Slaps. Slaps Barbecue. They run out quickly, but Slaps Barbecue is my hands down favorite barbecue in Kansas City. So Texas barbecue is just sauce? No, it's the lack of sauce. It's just dry. What's up, Bubs? What's happening? I'm trying to keep your beehole out of this photo. What? What barbecue did you eat in Texas? God, what did I go to, like Gary Oldman's or Terry Oldman's or something like Gary Black? Terry Black? Is it Terry Black? Is that right? He's trying to show you where they hide the knife. No, that's not for Kitty. Famous Dave's has the best barbecue. Gary Oldman, like Radar from Mac. Is that where I'm getting Gary Oldman? Slaps barbecue, so good. Make you slap your mama. Yeah. Arby's has the meat. Slaps is awesome. I also love LC's. All the bet. LC's is good. LC's is very good. Austin, the most barbecue your dad thinks out of the bottle. Thank you, Brandon. Sauce covers up Shack barbecue. Listen, no. Good barbecue and good sauce cannot be beaten. Like you're saying, like, oh, the sauce is so good, it can just hide the bar. It could, but if you put good sauce on good barbecue, oh, you can't beat it. Dude, I want some of what you're having. Sauce to barbecue is like paint and grinder to a welder. I'm taking my excellent pizza and staying out of this. Gary Burrow was Radar. We're so far off topic. What the hell is this show? Oh my God. What? Yeah, tell me. I don't even know what this show. I don't know. What are we doing here? I am So Sbarro, great. My favorite New York pizza place, Sbarro. Eastern North Carolina vinegar-based barbecue sauce is the best. I don't mind a vinegar-based barbecue sauce. I think Nicole and I have very different barbecue sauce preferences as well. What wheel are you on? I'm on the final wheel. Wheel number 4. Amazing, right? About to be hour 3. And you're on wheel 3. I am on wheel 4, sir. I said good day. Does California have better Mexican food than Texas? Ooh, see, I don't know that. When I go to Texas, I typically am not with anybody who likes to eat Mexican food with me, or not enough people to allow us to choose Mexican. I can have Mexican food about every day. Other than dessert, Mexican food is just so hard to beat. Why can't the cat drink seltzer? Well, it's not seltzer, it's tonic water. And it's been sitting out. It wouldn't be safe for Kitty's liver. Josh doesn't even have tortillas in his house. No, because I go where the good tortillas are made. Franklin's. Terry Black's and Franklin's. I didn't get to try the espresso barbecue sauce though, Eric, but they did pick up Franklin's, and the barbecue was good, but I didn't get to try the espresso sauce. And I think Nicole did get to try it, but it was when I wasn't there. She was down there when my brother and my sister-in-law were in Japan for however long. And so Baja Mex is better than Tex-Mex any day. I don't have a great barometer for Texas Mexican food. I will say that the only Tex-Mex things that I've had, I have thought were very bad and had like a weird flavoring to them, but they were not from actual Texas places. They were from like Chevy's or some shit like that. Tex-Mex is awful. California and Arizona have the best Mexican food outside of Mexico. See, there you go. You know what I didn't have when I was in Mexico, though, is Mexican food. I had some amazing steak. I had, a bunch of really good food, but not Mexican food. That was because I was on in a resort though for a wedding. So, and while we did venture off the resort for some like deep sea fishing, we didn't have any like good authentic Mexican food. You're never going to finish the wheels if you keep talking about Mexican food. What the hell is Tex-Mex anyway? Tacos with beef? What's wrong with tacos with beef? Zarda BB barbecue sauce is good stuff. Have I had Zarda? It sounds familiar, but I don't recall it. Good night, all. Getting up early to volunteer at the local food pantry in the morning for Christmas dinner handouts, and then thank you for philanthropy. It's very nice of you. And have a good night over there. Hawaiian food is best. I've never been to Hawaii. I've had what is called Hawaiian food. I love me some Hawaiian barbecue, but I have that at places that are probably chain restaurants mainly. Ono Hawaiian, always like that one. And then some other little, independents, but still. All right. Why did this stop scrolling? What's that beeping? Hold please. Something's beeping. Okay. Just making sure it wasn't like a smoke alarm. No, it's beeping again. Can you guys hear that? Now I feel like I need to go check it out. That's so weird. Okay, it stopped. Victoria's ringing the doorbell. Well, Nicole would have to tell me because it goes to her phone. Do you smell toast? No, you don't. Who likes a good Italian cannoli? It's all in your head. I won't have that. If it's an African, oh no. Let's read that out loud. Oh, I've never heard that before. Oh my God. Gummy kicked in. Josh doesn't have a toaster, probably. So I swear, I can't handle this. Did you leave the vacuum chamber running again? That didn't make a beeping sound. It made a slow hiss before it made a really big boom. Josh almost got. Yeah, I did. Almost got. God damn it. I enjoyed watching you figure that out as you read it. Oh no. God. How's the laser? Well, I am dealing with an issue related to the camera on it. So I don't know yet. Hopefully they can correct or tell me how to correct the issue that I'm experiencing. If not, that's not so good. If they can't figure it out, then I won't do the video. I'll probably tell you guys about it on the live stream, but I won't do the video itself. Does someone say Matt doesn't have a toaster because he likes toast raw? Matt has a toaster. He doesn't have a microwave. I don't have a toaster. So we have a small oven that has a toasting type function. Will 525 work on an optic? On an optic, yes. You will want a wider offset on your hubs, but they will work. Toaster oven, it's like kind of a toaster oven, but it's called a Tavallo. I don't want to talk about it. It's ridiculous. How do you make Pop-Tarts? I prefer Pop-Tarts untoasted. I have my entire life. I stick by that. And so does Nicole, I believe. Yeah. It's an expensive toaster oven mixed with an easy bake oven. It's about right. It's about right. I'm not going to argue with that. Not going to argue with it. What's your favorite choice? Brown sugar. Brown sugar, or is it cinnamon? Maybe it's called cinnamon. Cinnamon Pop-Tarts, followed by strawberry. Frozen Pop-Tarts? Ew. Uncrustables in the toaster. I don't have a toaster, so I wouldn't know. But Uncrustables, just a chilled temp. Delete. grape Uncrustables, agreed. So yes. But yes, cinnamon Pop-Tarts all day. Strawberry. Yep, that's my second. And they're so close. Toaster strudel. I like toaster strudel, but I will tell you, when I have the least motivation in my life is in the morning. And you know what I don't, you know why I probably like Pop-Tarts best uncooked, and I've just told myself that forever, is because I don't want to do anything before I'm eating in the morning. I just want to eat. That's why. Nutella Uncrustable. Listen, they made the grape Uncrustable, and then on the 7th day he rested. So, only religious joke you'll ever hear me make publicly. But listen, the grape Uncrustable cannot be beat. It is the perfect snack item. What did Brandon send me a text of? Today, can I show these texts? Yeah. Brandon sent me a picture of an Uncrustable. It says bright-eyed berry. And I said, there's no reason to branch out from grape. A disparity of the importance of our current because we were having a second group text message that was very business important, and then we're talking about Uncrustables at the same time on our own text messages. Have you tried protein Pop-Tarts? That sounds like a Van Wilder joke. Well, eat before coffee? Who are no, I don't. I don't. I'm just like, I don't do any of that until I'm just like, I get up in the morning. I actually don't have, even when I was drinking too much coffee, when I get up in the morning and I like drag myself out, I don't have coffee at the house or anything. I do so little. I get as ready as I have to, and then I leave the house, and then I get to work, and then I make coffee, and then I eat breakfast. So a Pro Tart? I'm not reading that out loud. Oh. Yeah. I don't eat breakfast. I cannot eat breakfast as well. It's just, breakfast is the most important meal of the day. No, lunch is the most important meal of the day because it's a midday break. All right. All 4 wheels are finished. And that took us 1 hour and 48 minutes. So fast. You drive to work unmedicated? Troglodyte? Yeah, I do. I just leave the house. I don't have a glass of water. I brush my teeth, comb my hair. I shower at night. So that, like, in the morning, I just wake up, get dressed, get ready, and I walk out the door. Sometimes I'll like remote start my car from upstairs, and Nicole will already be downstairs, and she's like, "What the hell? You're not gonna say anything?" I'm like, I'll say hello. I'm just going and leaving. Are they vented? They are not vented yet. If I didn't get a lunch break, I'd have felonies. I skipped lunch a pretty decent amount. Today I skipped lunch. I was busy. I had a meeting at 2:00. Normally I don't take lunch until like maybe 1, because I usually don't. If I eat breakfast, which I usually eat breakfast at work, then I'll eat at like 9:30 or 10. So like I'm usually not that hungry until later. Yeah. So he's raw talking these mornings. So yes, we are going to vent the tires now. We're going to vent them now. I have a cigar for lunch. Goddamn, Phoenix. Cigar is Phoenix has a cigar for lunch. Punches a small child on his way home from school. Okay. Get ready for venting tires. I snack at 10, eat lunch 2 or 3. Yeah, and I often just skip lunch. I'm just like, I'm not today. You know what I skip more often than lunch is I skip dinner. Especially like if I'm filming and editing, I skip dinner often. I'm like Monday nights, I'll just skip dinner. Like I'm working on the news. And it's not because I'm hungry and I just won't take a break. It's just like if I'm working, I'm just not hungry. And I just skip it and just go on. And Nicole will yell at me all the time. She's like, "Are you going to eat something?" I'm like, I'm good. I'm not hungry. I just skip. What do your meetings consist of? Playing with RC cars? No. My meetings, a lot of contracts, agreements, things like that. Today was specifically going over a contract and going over a lot of details and things that I wanted to see as revisions. And actually this one was getting closer to finalizing, so hopefully I'm one more round through, and then stuff that you guys will see in the new year. I will easily go 24 hours without eating at least once a week. I probably don't go 24 hours. There's probably times that I do. It's probably not once a week though. But I don't have a problem doing it. It's not that big a deal. So your job title is head RC guy. And then somebody looked up my LinkedIn, I think. Let's see. It's going to be funny when I get my LinkedIn report saying all the profiles, all the KOH truck incoming. No. This is not nearly that type of thing. The KOH thing, that came about within, man, that would have been a week ago, or would have been 2 weeks now. 2 weeks, maybe. 2 weeks, I think. Which is still so fast for that all to have happened. And yeah, it would have been 2 weeks because we announced it on Tuesday this week. So, and yeah, and now we're just in full prep mode for that. So, there's contracts and permitting that have to be done with the BLM, Bureau of Land Management. There's, insurance requirements and special coverage and special people that have to be noted for it. I mean, arrangements for structures, and it's just, yeah. At least you don't have to wear a suit. That is true. Although I didn't mind dressing up for work when I was in engineering, I had to dress up every day, and I didn't mind it. I have no problem dressing up every day for work. It's fun in its own way to look halfway decent during the day, rather than just t-shirts that have some sort of RC logo or a Cletus shirt. But is Vanquish putting on an event? Are we putting on an event at KOH? Not exactly. There will be a course though, and that requires a lot of stuff. So yeah, did you sleep in the suit to just go in the morning? It was wild. Like when I was younger, Nicole hated it because my alarm would go off and I'd hit it and I go, and I just stand up and go and get ready. And I could be out the door in maybe 11 minutes from when my alarm went off. And that is not Nicole's speed. Now I'm way slower. I hit my snooze so many times now. I should see if my family friends are running KOH again this year and go pit. I'm telling you. I'm telling you. What about vented rims? Nope. Since we're running a 2-stage foam in these, the inner portion of a foam like this is called a closed cell foam. And closed cell is exactly like what it sounds like. It's closed. So air cannot pass through a closed cell foam. So you would have to vent in a way where these would not impede the airflow. And it's just not needed. You're not going to gain anything from that. And with a lot of foams or 3D printed foams, it's not going to function properly. So for that reason, I always vent tires rather than foams. I'm an R&D engineer and I have to wear collared shirts. It's ridiculous. It's not ridiculous. It's like it's company pride thing. We go to KOH every year for my boyfriend's B-Day. When you guys going to be there? The whole time. Start to finish. From move-in day to move-out day after the big race. So we'll have a tent that you'll be able to find us because it is on Vanquish Products Trail, like the road through Hammertown. Like all kinds of vendors through town will be on Vanquish Products Trail. So will be easy to find. Just right close to the general store, like the main spot. So I ruin shirts all the time. I'm 22 and I'm out the door within 30 minutes after my alarm. Yeah, like that's about right. That's what, now, not so much now. KOH is a little far from Florida. Y'all have fun. I mean, it's an experience. It's fun to see. Vented rims won't fling out water either. They won't fling out water, but it's also harder to get water in them in the wheel. Like we used to vent wheels back in the day more, but anymore, I don't. Not something I work with. I also shower in the mornings. Yeah, I shower at night so that I don't. Also because like I come home from work and that's when I'll like work in the garage, things like that. So like I'm showering at night more because I smell from grinding dust or welding, and it's just a habit now. I'm allowed to wear my clothes to work and on breaks, but not during the work. What? Do you get paid in dollar bills? Are you a commissioned based? I need to know. This sounds interesting. My cousin was an engineer and is now like second or third in command at a major side-by-side parts company. I'm pretty sure they can wear jeans or whatever to work. That's kind of similar to my situation. Like I used to be just an engineer working in a cube farm for a consulting firm. And now I'm not. I can wear, whatever I want as long as nothing's popping out, I guess, I think that's piecework. Oh, I can wear jeans, luckily. There you go. What about jorts? Do jorts count? Or they have to be full length? Okay, let's mount these things up on the car. Those are both the fronts, both the rears. There we go. It looks more green now. Yes, if you weren't here at the beginning, Art, I have found a way to bring my camera in to this in a way that shows color accurately. So before, if you guys would have seen this on stream, it looked like this, which is nothing like the color that it actually is. But now I'm bringing my camera in through a virtual camera using OBS, and now you see it in the proper color. Brown sugar, cinnamon, untoasted pop. Untoasted for sure. Hell yeah. Self-employed, don't own an alarm clock. Thank goodness, because I stay up too late watching these videos on the East Coast. Yeah, that's, you know, hey. But I'm sure in the end, it's still more work than anything. Are all 17 of your DeWalt batteries dead? No, but I don't use power tools for the 164s or scale hardware. And I guess I just didn't put in one of the power driver tips because I wasn't in that rhythm. So you look, you're not anemic now. I know. It's so weird. I don't understand it, but I'm glad that I spent the time to get it fixed before this stream. Granted, the members pre-stream side of this, we do like a 30-minute stream before this stream. That's just the member side. And they got to see me cuss and struggle and fight while I was like determined to figure it out. Oh, see, I think that the gold was the right choice. I was really conflicted as to whether or not I was going to go with the gold or if I was just going to go with, clear or something like that. But seeing it now with the tires especially, I'm super, super happy that I went with the gold wheels. I was late over at the buddy's house talking about the Biffle switch. Oh, we talked about that a little early and just how gutting it was. That looks fantastic. Oh, I'm so glad I went with the gold. I really didn't know if I was going to love it, but I absolutely love it now. Oh, I'm so stoked with how that came out. I couldn't be happier. And so, yeah, that's excellent. I don't have all the wiring done, and we ain't doing that tonight. I'll tell you that, because it took 2 hours to build 4 wheels. If I started wiring, we'd be here till 3 a.m. Gold with the clear rings looks better than I thought it would. It really does. It looks really good. I'm a huge fan of how that works. Golden green would look great. Golden green looks great. Oh, looks great. Yeah. I had green beadlocks that kind of matched this, that were matched this greenish, really close. And I didn't think that they looked good on top of each other, but where this, I think, is the right look. And that's fine. I'm on shift until 6:30. GeoGuessr? I think we can do some GeoGuessr tonight. I don't think we're ready for it yet. We're still doing pretty decent on time and views, so I won't ruin that yet. 447 if we put electronics in it. Shit. Yeah. That is no joke. Now, it has some of the electronics in it. They're not just necessarily wired. So we're going to see the Origin run at KOH. Ooh, I don't know. I don't know if KOH will be the place I decide to run it or not. Just because, like, it's one of those things, like, I'm going to be there. I don't know if I'll have all that much time to go run like that. We'll have the course there, but that's not where I would want to run this. I want to go run it on some real rocks and stuff. And that's the type of situation that like one of the buggies, or, you know, if the IJ is done by then, that's where I'd rather take it, rather than like on a try me course where a bunch of people will be running optics and BS410s and putting a bumper through the door. But so, any idea when original owners will be able to order different panels? It's body panels, a lot of the polished ones. It's something that we're actively discussing. There's a bunch of stuff that requires me to go through and separate out machine time and finishing time to try and determine exactly what the number would be and exactly how we're going to do it. And I haven't had time to get to that, but we'll get there. Is that tropical glitz paint? This is anodizing. It is a polished panel and then anodized. It's not painted at all. But so happy with it. And if so, will a fully raw panel be available? I'd like to polish and anodize my own. No, that is not something we do. There's a number of reasons why it's kind of like a quality control thing on our side. And it's just something that we just have decided that we won't allow. So a lot of people have tried, and I understand why people would want to, but it's something that we've had to decide not to. I finally got off Gran Turismo. We guilted, or we call it pressured Vittorio into buying a PS5 Pro and Gran Turismo 7 so he could play Gran Turismo with us, so we can have a little vanquish lobby. Have you sprayed the purple yet? No, I lost it until yesterday when I found out that it was right here next to me the whole time. So I haven't sprayed it, but I'm pretty positive I'm going to use the electric boogaloo. So that is going to be, I think, I don't know. I'll spray them both and we'll see. But I'm going to put them right back where I thought I lost them at. So, hey, I'm just about to log on to GT7. The driver needs a gold suit. I know what you mean there. I may swap out the interior to something. I may see about trying to have a detailed interior done for it. We'll see. Yeah. Wait, just see how much they can make. That paint is like a 10 millimeters. Oh. Electric. No. Pretty sure I'm getting a PS5 for Christmas. Score. How heavy is she? All that aluminum. And let's throw your guesses out there. You guys who already own Origins and know, keep your mouth shut. Now, for reference, we've got the Origin kit as it ships. We've got wheels and tires mounted. We have brass rings in the front. I do have a servo on there, and I've got the Fusion Pro installed. Beyond that, everything, that's it. There's no battery. There is no, there is nothing else. Okay, on. We'll make sure she's in LBs. Okay. We've got our number. We're locked in. So pounds and ounces. Number of pounds. Don't give me dots. Don't give me this. Not 8.8. Tell me what that 8 means in ounces. Like this. That is what we're looking for. I mean, I can do 6.5 kilos. You see, the reason that I'm rejecting this post is because I also know that Aaron has one of these. Yeah, I know. Please explain anodizing. Anodizing is a electrochemical process. You have a rack, basically, a big like Christmas tree rack made out of aluminum or titanium, depending on your anodizer. It's aluminum, and then it goes in, you put your parts on it. So you'll take a raw part and they get clipped into this rack. And then from there, that rack is attached to a cable, a power source, basically. And it gets dropped into a liquid bath of an acidic solution that has a dye in it. And it has the other side of the electrical circuit into it through a contacting surface. And basically the electrochemical process embeds the color from that solution into the metal surface. So it's not on top of it like paint, just scratch it off. It's embedded into the material. And that is how, like, when you scratch anodized parts, it doesn't necessarily go completely. You have to scratch deep to get past the anodizing. Now, there's all kinds of details about that, like as the pH of the bath, the acid bath, increases more towards basic, or decreases more towards basic, whichever way it is. It takes longer to achieve the same colors. You leave something in there, it will slowly eat away at the part entirely. So if something gets anodized for way too long, it will lose material enough that tolerances will get completely lost. But yeah, it's a simplified version of it. Now let's go through some numbers. I did see one that was dead on. Let's see if I see another. Let's one oh, 8 pounds 3, 7 pounds 3.25 ounces. This one is the second closest, but the actual answer and the dead on guess was the one that I clicked on previously from Joseph McQuarrie. 7 pounds 3.0 ounces is what this truck weighs right now in this current condition. 7.3 on the dot. 9 Uncrustables. 1.1. Well, how much does a bald eagle weigh? I wouldn't mind knowing that. I have to imagine it's more. I'm guessing like 11 pounds. 15. Actual retail price is before consumption. Not much. Hollow bone. I know, but they're so big. Someone Google it. Turtles are dense. I guess small three box turtles. You should try bronze with the green, not the gold. Bronze would look good as well, but I feel like it would dull down the green look more than the brighter gold. I think the brighter gold with this green is the way to go. While bronze, I think, would look really good with the darker green that we did release here a second ago. It says 6.6 to 14 pounds. Okay, so we were all pretty close. Actually, that 1.1 bald eagles was probably right on. Wow, 6 to 14 pounds. Great. See, I think that's pretty good. I did brass knuckles on mine. I talked about it. Those are 2 ounces each. We're not talking about Packers. I know that they're green and gold. I'm not talking about that. I did not do the brass knuckles on the front. I wanted to keep the special scale knuckles on there just because. So that's why I did not go that route. So I have a lot of wiring to do. make sure that she's clean underneath, but so far, looking very good. Gold for the honeys, green for the monies. I'll find a way to get that engraved in here. Make a little lasered plaque. Let's see. What weight of oil is in your shocks, and do you have the eye box on it? I do not have the eye box on it. I built this with the parts from the origin kit. However, I changed from the red anodized shock parts that it came with to black instead. But other than that, it's just that. And then for oil, I used 60 weight in everything. So, yeah, 1 ounce of gold. I believe that weighs 1 ounce. Classy with an eye. Green and gold reminds me of the late 90s Pontiac Grand Prix color combo. It looks good. Grand Prix came in green and gold? I don't know that. Are the VRD lower links a direct bolt-on for the optic? I've heard that they are. I believe that they're close. I don't know. I like I said, I prefer the straight link look, but for performance, I totally get the one. So that was a rally model. God, I don't remember the green and gold Grand Prix. I mean, late 90s. That's I'd have been. I should have remembered that. Body in green, wheels in gold. Were the gold wheels, were they like the honeycomb wheels, or like the weird swoop? I have to look it up. So now going with matte gold. MATT or MATTE? These things. God, that looks good. I'm so stoked with how that came out. Yeah. GeoGuessr went to go to sleep. God damn it. I'm waiting until at least 9 o'clock before we start up. Hold on a second. I'm going to Grand Prix Pontiac green and gold. Images, looking it up. Yep, okay, I do remember it. Sharing screen so that we can talk about this ridiculous vehicle together. Remember those? I remember those wheels specifically. Trips and drops. Yep. Those wheels were I think those wheels came on a number of Pontiacs, didn't they? Not just this combo. Lincoln Town Car Donk. This is what we really need to be looking at. That's not a town car. That's a Crown Vic. Posers. See, this is the route. Now 30s, that's a little, we're not going that crazy. 24s are fine. You know what I did look up today? If you could still buy spinners. And you know what? Dub makes spinners again. You know how much spinners are, though? $2,100 per wheel. Oh. Yeah. Oh. floaters when you get your town car. No, I'm not gonna listen. For the cost of those things, I'm not spending more on the wheel. Well, I might be spending more on the wheels in the car, but I'm not spending that much more. The wheels. These are the wheels that I'm looking at. Tasteful 24. I think that they have a machine finish as well, which looks okay, but I think I'm just going black. Like Tasteful 24. Not spending more on the wheels than you are on the system? No, probably not. It'll be more in the stereo. Town car on Dayton's. There's lots of those, man. So many of those. How much for just one lug? But no, I'm going big mags. I'm not, goddamn, a little stronger at the bottom. So we're going, I like these wheels a lot though. I've looked around quite a bit, and these are called the Aristocrats. All the money said the tiny toy trucks. Now you draw a line with the wheels for a full size. Yeah, you sure do. You sure do. No, 1,500 spoke. No, I would. You know what the thing that I don't want about spokes is trying to keep them clean. Ugh. Ugh. Give it to me. Detroit Steelies. Yeah. I think let's see. These are Slanty, Aristocrat. Can I go? Let's see if anything pops. No, weird. No, oop, no. Weird. I can't find anything specifically of a shitbox town car with Asantis on it. Wow. Or specifically the Asantis that I'm looking at. Look at that. Those are floaters right there. I'll tell you that. Yeah. Just AI them on there. See, that is a good idea. See? Using your big letters. Yeah, I got the cap locks on. Don't worry. It's off now. It's fine. It's fine. Oh, is that you can't properly have a town car without spending. Funny to ostrich sketch wheel in 2002. Keep it period correct. Oh shit. I feel like I do remember that. Now, I am actually looking for an 06 to 2011 specifically. I'm not looking for an 02. I found there's a lot of 02s available. I'm looking very, very specific date range. I want the tack on the dash. I don't want the 05 transmission problems. I want 06. I think I found one that I've made a previous offer on. He recently lowered the price to get closer to where my offer was. When I get back, I'm going to hit him again with the same exact offer. And as Ed Bullion would say, land smack dab in the middle at my original offer. So we'll see. See how that goes. You're gonna be the new. I'm looking it up, but not with a shared screen. OG Magnum Facebook. What? I do not approve. I do. Oh, it's sharing the wrong one. Hold, please. Sharing. Is it that one? Yes. What? Wait, why is it not? Oh, there it is. This. It's an old man. What is he driving? Oh, Dodge Magnum. Yeah. That. I mean, I do love a Dodge Magnum. This thing looks hideous. Absolutely hideous. Maximum mileage, $150. That's the max for me. $150. The one I found has just barely over 100K. Black on black. And it's not the cleanest car, but it's clean enough. So I have an 06 Magnum. Oh yeah. When did they stop making Magnums? That had to be close to the last year, didn't it? Magnums were always so sick. Like OV, something like that. Ovaltine. There's little M's, Metamucil. Like 08 was the last year. I do love the Magnums with the modern Charger front end swaps. Oof, those things go hard. Super hard. Interiors were horrible though. When I was thinking about, I wanted a Corvette, and I was just like, okay. And the Corvettes that I really want, I didn't plan to stretch to buy the one that I did. That wasn't my budget range initially, obviously, whatever. So I was like, you know what? I was like, I'm going to look at Chargers. Like 392 Charger wide body. That was specifically what I was looking at. The Destroyer Gray 392 wide body. And I was like, okay, I think I could kind of make. And I was like, man, what? It was, it's the last model year at the time I was looking. I was just like, this interior, I just cannot think about spending this kind of money for this interior still. And I moved on, and then I did what I did. You're too classy for that. I am obviously not. I am obviously not too classy for anything. I'm buying a town car to put on 24s. My Magnum is destroyed. That must be aftermarket, because I'm pretty sure they didn't do that. Magwag with 300C swap looked pretty decent. Yeah, I always loved the 300Cs. I wanted one so bad. HOA is gonna love you. Oh, for sure. My neighbors are just gonna be like, "Are you kidding me? This guy, really?" stolen is what you would cry if you got that. I know. I mean, honestly, C7s aren't much better. They're stolen. Actually, the guys that split off from Donut and made their own channel called Big Time, which is Jeremiah Burton and Zach Job, they put out a video today, and Jeremiah Burton had got a C7 Corvette, and it got stolen in front of the house, stolen in minutes with a key duplicator. Just like, oh, yeah, exactly. Just got to scratch exactly what I was talking. It's just like the term when I was in the stereo shop was $30,000 millionaires. we get a 300C would roll in and be like, 212s? Like 212s. Like, we know. Gotcha. You're gonna want some Dynamat. Like, why? Like, because otherwise your trunk is going to fall off. Like, okay, Dynamat. Like, you guys sell those? We like strut grills? Like, yeah, like sure do. You put a strut grill. Oh, I'm telling you. It was knew all the things to say before they even finished their sentence. His was a Z06. Ooh, I didn't know that. Damn. It's gonna be amazing to have an orange vet and a town car doves in the driveway. A 2009 just used up Jeep Wrangler. Oh, I'm so into it. The 300C made me look at a bunch of sedans in a different way. If they had a 2-inch chopper, dude, that was the thing. Like when the 300C came out, it was just like, oh my God, that car looks so gangster. Like it was so sick. I sent you some Lincolns. I'll do you a solid. Check them out if you need to. That's gonna be a long ass drive from out there. But if it's a good one and a good deal, I'm not against it. Just put a sign that says drug dealer on the front. I feel like I need to get a license plate that says like not a dealer. Orange and green, living the dream. That, oh, if I can get it white. There are 9 cars at my house for 2 people. Well, let's see. I would have 4 cars at my house for 2 people because we would have the Corvette, the town car, the Jeep, and the city EL. the most perfectly rounded collection of vehicles you could ever have. An EV for, you know, reasonable economy, an off-road SUV, a cruiser, and a sports car, or you know, just a boat and a sport. There's no better combination of vehicles you could assemble for less than $80,000. Yeah. The clever thing about the 300C is not the chopped roof, but that they did the look with a 2-inch. Yeah, the belt line being raised up, giving it that like super self-justification. Oh, I can self-justify anything. Like Nicole and I discussing a trip for our 10-year anniversary and her 30th birthday. Anyway, and like she's like, oh, I found this house. It's this much for this period of time. I'm like, oof. I'm like, that's a little much. And then she's like, you're saying this, and you're trying to buy his town car for that. And I'm like, that's an asset. That's a thing, you know, like it's an I'm gonna make. Oh, that argument did not work. How long before you drive the city to work? I don't think I would ever venture that. Ooh, maybe I would if I could do it one day. One day. Yeah. Who was he fighting? I didn't even know that he was fighting. Smart move on the 30th thing. Like, I just hope that everybody knows it's a joke, since I was telling her that we've been dating, since I said we've been dating for 15 years. Like, no, I'm just kidding. Oh, what? Oh, I mean, obviously he got knocked out then. Like, I'm surprised that that was allowed. I'm surprised they didn't have that. Wow. Yeah. Oh, yeah. I know who Anthony Joshua is. Like, I'm just surprised he actually fought somebody who would be allowed to knock him out, if you know what I mean. Yeah. Uh, murdered. That see Nicole to this day, she's like, I'd drive. She would drive a 300C. She'd a drop of a hat. If I said I want to buy a 300, she's like, yes, did get it. The town car, I had to like tell her, but I've had the asset argument a lot. Yeah, I mean, she's not fighting me on it too hard, but I also don't know that she's like, she's like rationalized it a little bit as well. She's like, oh yeah, I guess when my parents come, it is another vehicle, allows us, to make that a little bit more reasonable. So, I'm just saying, they're assets. They're assets. It's a smart. I'll make money on this. Let me tell you what doesn't make you money: putting a bunch of stereo equipment in it. Just joined. When did you start? We started 2 hours and 36 minutes ago. So a little bit. Oh, that was on this stream. 30 minutes. Why? I ask. Been at it for 44 years, dear Bob. Hi, Mom. Why are you up? It's late. I remember the first time my dad came home. We had a 2002 Suburban, and my dad came home and he had put 20s on it. And back when 20s were big, and we were all on the driveway, I was like, dang, that looks so good. My mom was like, why? Why did you do that? Because it looks awesome. What? I don't understand. That makes more sense. See, that makes plenty of sense. But yes, that hold on. Some YouTuber cosplayer as a fighter got knocked out by a not totally washed up boxer. That's usually he doesn't fight anybody that is still, it was either like appears to still be strong or they would allow to actually swing it. Now, I can't wait to see the replays on that on Instagram. Just get a tuxedo and awkwardly. I think that the weddings that would be interested in me driving for them would not be the weddings that I would necessarily be invited to regularly. Those Crown Vics are all over my hometown. I think there is even a club for those runners. See, I don't want a Crown Vic. Not interested in a Crown Vic. Don't want a Grand Marquis. Don't even want a Marauder. Because it's nice, but town car specific. I would like specifically a Signature Limited L with the longer rear doors. But Anthony probably took the money, said Jake could get the upper hand and wants the ring. That's what I'm guessing too, which would be worth every penny. Town car limo with a blown big block, mid-mounted. Can throw a Pro Charger on it. See, that's what I don't think there's any point in that. Those 4.6s make like 220 horsepower. I don't. There's no reason to try and make them peppy. Just leave it. Just leave it like it is. Just drive it. Downgraded from 20s to 18. No, should have went from 20s to 22s. That's the other reason why I think going with the Aristocrat wheels, the big full face wheel, is a good move because then you can't see the teeny tiny little brakes behind the wheels because that just looks silly. Otherwise, you got to do big brakes, which could be fun. We'll see. Should get another Hayabusa to round out the fleet. Oh, I look at them every once in a while. I won't do it. Not because anybody would tell me not to. Well, a lot of people would tell me not to. But I'm telling you, drivers out here, I just couldn't ever. My Crown Vic got going just fine with that 4.6. Ain't that terrible? See, that's exactly it. Just leave it as it is, drive it like it does, and it'll just be fantastic. No reason to try and make 500 horse out of it. Just let her go. That's exactly what I want because that is exactly the case. I don't want any part of it. I don't want it because that whole thing is just gonna wobbling around a town car. Welder question. Fire it in there, as Vegas Matt would say. Checking in late. What did I miss? Frank, we built wheels for a little over 2 hours for the Origin. They came out very good. The color I got corrected so that you guys can see this room in the proper color during lives rather than the color that you saw before, which was this. No good. This is the actual color of this room. Anyway, Nicholas, did you actually have a welder question? That's one of Nicole's hairs somehow wrapped up in my foot. Oh, Jesus. Big tire prices suck so hard. Don't enjoy seeing that. Yeah. I don't enjoy seeing the tire price sum for the Jag that I want this spring. I'm interested in this Jaguar whole situation. Tires for the Corvette are half the reason I want this goddamn town car because the tires for that Corvette were like $1,000 a piece for the rear. It hurt so bad. Which cheap AC/DC TIG for home shop? The cheapest one that I have tested myself is the one that I'm currently running, which is the Arc Captain 200 AC/DC. If there is a cheaper one that is decent, there very well could be, but I don't know it. I haven't used it myself. I'm not like wildly versed in TIG welder options. I've just the ones that I've got to use myself and can give my opinion on. But the one from Arc Captain, the AC/DC, honestly, it's great. It works really, really well. And for the money, it seems good. I also had the AHP 203, and it was also a fantastic welder, but I think it was a little bit more. I'm not sure if the new one is come down in price or not, but I've had really great luck with both of those. Currently, I'm running that Arc Captain, and it's been excellent. Make a neighbor clone. Ready for a drift car. Isn't the Yes TIG a cheaper option? I haven't tried a Yes TIG AC/DC. Do they have an AC/DC one that is cheaper? I don't know. They could, but I haven't tried. I've used their DC only TIGs that are much cheaper, but DC only TIGs are usually in general cheaper. Is Friday Night Live a thing now? It will probably be a little bit more of a thing now that the internet is fixed. It was super frustrating to try and do for the last year otherwise. But it will probably be a thing. However, over the holidays, I probably won't. But after that, we'll probably get into it a little bit. Granted, I am hoping to get kicked off on the next build along here soon, and that usually soaks up a lot of my time. It really does. Arc Captain is $650 at the moment. That's a great deal. That welder is awesome. I would say pick up the foot pedal with it. Get the foot pedal, no matter which one you're getting, make sure you get a pedal. So absolutely beyond that. Uh-oh. John, your budget keeps going down. You have to stop. No. John, thank you again. I can see your comp buggy that crushes the competition. And how much did you invest into it? Would you ever build another one and sell it? How much did I invest into it is a great question. I don't know if you're talking about the four-wheel steer Jimmy's buggy or the Rockabilly, but I'll just grab it real quick. The Jimmy's is more expensive to build just because you do have 2 steering axles, 2 servos on the axles, 2 servos inside, that type of thing. I would say that this car probably cost around, it probably cost around $2,000 to build. I would say maybe a little less. Actually, it's probably less than that. But that's materials, you know. As far as like finding someone to like build it for that would be difficult. I don't have time to build for other people, like to build and sell. I to be able to go on to my next projects and things like that, it's just not something, like, I'm always tempted to do it, but it just takes away from everything else. So unfortunately, I don't have time. However, there are people, if you go find one of my these videos, like the videos I did on building these, there's a link in there to the Facebook group for the build along people. And in there, you can often find somebody who has one for sale, or someone who would build it for you if you bought the files. So that's usually a great way to go. But these are a lot of fun. So I really enjoy them, and it's just been great. John, you're never going to get away from these comments now, though. We're all keeping track of your budget. Friday Night Lives are my favorite shows to build to. Hey, that's awesome. Like I said, I'll probably keep up with them more often now that it's not just such a frustrating situation to try and do when the internet is constantly trying to just crush my soul. Assuming you have the tools, what's the rough estimated cost for the next build along? Obviously, electronics and such all play a difference, but the build along portion, for the build along portion, I assume you mean like, laser cut sheet metal, tubing, the cost of the kit and things like that. Let's see. Steve's getting answered. Okay, I'm loading GeoGuessr up here. If I was, so I never know exactly, because honestly, like, I just have an idea of, that's the thing with the build alongs. It's like what is, like, Linus Tech Tips always talk about the trust me bro warranty. It's because it's like, I've got this idea, and trust me, it'll work out. Just build it along with me and we'll figure it out as we go. So, like, I never really know, because we just kind of wing it and just kind of keep doing shit as we go. Oh man. Yes, we need a list of materials for the class. Like, that's one of those things, like, I just don't know. I don't know until I get there. I haven't finished the design. There's so many variables to it. I'm guessing it'll be pretty close to what one of these things costs. Maybe it'll be less, even, just because, like, this has got aluminum axles and stuff like that. And the new one's going to be a techno base. So maybe a little, maybe 1,500, maybe less, maybe less. I bet less if you take out, it's like you're saying, electronics can be a big part of it. And that's the other thing is you can do it cheaper too. When you like choosing electronics, choosing wheels and tires, things like that. But the nice thing is that it's going to use a techno base, which is most of a kit. So I don't know. I just don't know. But I will say the thing with it is like I do release them after the fact once they're done. So if it's like, I would hate for someone to get halfway through it and be like, yo, you're being an idiot with these suggestions. I'm not doing that. I'm going to have to bail. So there is that. But barring me becoming a bigger idiot, I would guess in that $1,500 range. So this is the base of it. And I hope, which kit is it based on? It's based on the Techno SCT 2.0, but it's got a different chassis than has been available before. Techno has these chassis now, and we're kind of working through them, and they're working on exactly how each of the people who gets into the build off will be able to buy it directly from them. So you'll be able to buy like a kit and the chassis from them at a bit of a deal. And it's going to be awesome. I'm so excited. So my girlfriend got me an SCT 410 SL for Christmas. Can't wait to build it. I actually have one of those here because I bought it before I bought this one. And then I bought it first. And the guys from Techno messaged me afterwards and like, hey, you should use this one instead. I was like, okay, I'll buy that one. It's fine. Don't worry about it. I don't need, and I don't know where the other one is now. I wonder what I did with it. Where the hell is it? I should probably sell it. Anyway, okay, we're gonna load GeoGuessr up. I'll still answer ridiculous questions, but this is not ridiculous. Saying other questions while I'm playing a stupid game. I want that one. I'll do New Year's. It will be mine. Oh, I'm a weak man for these types of messages, but I also have unrealistic expectations. So not including the Ripper and Origin, is the Porsche the most expensive you've put into a build? Absolutely. You have to remember, like, I'm in a different situation where these vehicles, I don't have investment into them other than electronics and some stuff like that, which for the value of them is an insane thing to say. But I also had to part in them, as you know, like the Ripper was the chassis. I designed that chassis. I designed a lot of that stuff, the body panel, fitment, things like that. Jim designed panels initially for another car, and then I made them work with this, and we rescaled, and that was an awesome project that I got part of design. But that car was the most expensive car myself I have ever put into a silly RC. I put so much into that and so much time. Nicola's so lucky being here. God damn it. Carl, you're ridiculous. All right, I'm loading. Boy, the chat got rowdy. You guys are rowdy. We're gonna load up GeoGuessr and really kill the that rowdy thought. Like everyone's gonna be like, okay, never mind. Wasn't just one Porsche, he had to make 2 because of Matt. No, see, Matt, the Porsche was like one of the early experiments where I designed things and I sent them to Matt, and then he constructed. Now, I built Matt's cage for him and a couple of other little parts, but, like, Matt had to he printed the molds, he made the body, he did all of that. Um, and that was like that kind of got thing. And then after the Porsche, I did a a 4 dice build along with like 11 or 12 people as like my test to see if I could this build along thing would work. Um, and once I kind of found out that it did work, people were able to do it. They did a really good job. I was like, okay, this does work. And then from there, I launched the Moon Buggy build along, and that went really well. And then that had 60 people in it. And then we launched the Rockabilly, and that had 100 people. And that is, I think that's going to be my line. That number at 100. I think that number worked well because in that group of people, you end up with people that are very active, and you end up with people that aren't nearly as active. They're there and they participate, but they're not like part of the build alongs is like, it's all during the process. It's all this, and we do it on a Discord, a private Discord server. And it becomes a fun group during that time. It's just, are the 4 dice build along files available? They're not. I never did make them available. I never did. I mean, I probably could. I still have all that stuff. It would just take some time. But yeah, it was fun. I actually really liked that truck. I did end up selling it because like I only had such a small number of people that was one of those ones that like for me to make it uh something that I could recoup my time and costs on, I had to sell the truck to make it work. So I didn't even sell it for that much really, but it helped me to go to fund the next ridiculous project. Okay. If you're not familiar with this part of the stream, we play a silly game called GeoGuessr. Now, GeoGuessr drops you into some random location in the type of an area that you choose. I choose the United States because that is about the limit of my my abilities. Any female build along members? Not that I'm aware of. I don't think so. Metal RC has a great video on the 4 dice build along. Oh, that's cool. You know what? I don't think I've seen that. I've seen he did a video on his Jimmy's a Canada round. Oh, we can do a Canada round after this. Oh. I'm gonna do no move just because it makes things go so much faster. So I can spin around and stuff, but I can't like go up and down the roads to try and get a better look. But yeah. Don't you. Can you please make the 4 dice files bill? There's a possibility. I can look into it and try and figure out. I didn't once I proved out the 4 dice model. The next time I did it, as I was producing all my files, I did a way better job at organizing and putting into subfolders and categories as I was going, so that I had everything available to bundle up at the end. Because man, I don't know. I wonder how many files I created for the Jimmys or the Rockabilly. Like the number of files that are in there. I don't know, 200 files. But like I do a pretty good job at labeling and organizing and putting into logical groups. Like that IJ is a super fun build, but the file organization on that rocket or on that project IJ makes me want to punch kittens. Like, oh, it's maddening. It is maddening. Anyone in Southern California, I'm part of the Ventura kind of great. Oh, the VCC guys. The Ventura guys are awesome. I hang out with them at Proline every year, mainly because they I can always swing to their camping grab a beer. They'll bring one over. Those guys are the Ventura guys are awesome dudes for sure. You know what? I don't actually know many of their names, but I hang out with them there. I know who they are. Well, you usually know who they are because they all have shirts that say Ventura County Crawlers. Those guys and the San Diego guys, both. Yeah, IG's file system is a mess. Okay, I'm launching this round. So, because I can continue yapping while we do this. The amount of time you spend in design engineering for those files are a bargain. You know, it's one of those things like if you want to play along and you have one of these, you can use this code here and it will drop you into the same maps that I'm joining. It doesn't really matter. It's up to you. Like the amount of time and stuff that I put into it, it's like I was doing that for my own builds pretty close anyway. So this just helps me like be able to get to recoup a little bit out of that. Oof. Damn, look at these houses. There's some. Look at that MR2. Clean. What's the upside down pineapple logo? Yeah, Ventura County as well. I'm telling you, Ventura County. They're pretty. If you combine the member files, what is number? Oh my god. Yeah, so like plush here's Pele. If you guys, you probably sometimes you'll see that name more, Pele's name, or how I'll say it more than his actual screen name, which plus RC Customs. But Pele contributes a bunch of files. Also, Brandon, who was in here earlier, Captain Insano. I'm guessing it has to be like 250 plus files. There's so many files in there. Okay, so we got no front plate. Big ass houses. Does Texas have front plates? Oh shit, I did a timed section. 8 seconds. Shit. I'm gonna say, oh my, all right, I gotta abandon this game because I didn't notice that I had it timed. Hold please. Leave game. I'm putting no time. Jeez. Okay. Restarting. My bad. What is he doing? I'll describe it again now that we're not on a time limit. This is a game called GeoGuessr. You can see up here. It drops you in a random place on Google Street View. And you take a look around, try and gain context clues. Like this looks like Florida. Is this northern Florida? Right? And it's some like palm type, sandy soil, but also with tall, thin pines, like you see closer to. So I'm saying like northern, like this weepy stuff is very Georgia-like, you know, like the mossy stuff from the trees. So this looks like northern Florida to me. Is there anything else for context? Big old truck. That's a cop car. I don't see green on it, so I can't see if it doesn't look like a state trooper or anything. So I'm going to say northern Florida. We're going to drop in, you know, Jacksonville, Tallahassee, Gainesville. Let's say like outside Gainesville, northern side. That'll kind of get us up in that area. Kind of hedges our bets as well. Nope, it wasn't. It was way further. Oh, wow. Look at that. It's up in the Carolinas. Should have known with the amount of moss. Oof. This is tough. A lot of just. This is a really tough one. This could kind of be anywhere. This looks Texas-ish to me if I was guessing. I said South Carolina. I should know I'm from the UK. So yeah, that's basically what this game is. We just talk. I still read your comments and just bullshit around while I look at random places. This just looks like that random Texas to me. Look at that Roadmaster. Damn. We're seeing some vehicles tonight. I don't see anything else that gives me any context, though. I got nothing here. So I'm just going to kind of go in Central Texas. I mean, the right answer is always Austin, because if you're thinking Texas, you should be thinking Austin, Texas. No basements, all slabs. Okay. Hey, it was Texas, but it was more West Texas. San Angelo, blah, that's hard to say. It's the best Texas. Damn, still live. I'm going back to where I left off with you putting the last iron. Orange Free Piston, Texas. See, that would be great. Now, the thing with GeoGuessr is you can make custom maps. So if somebody went through and just found jails, you could just do like jails of the US and try and figure it out. He's getting to the bottom. We're getting there. The bottom of it's a little rough. I'm just saying. I'll tell you that. We got some color. Any context on the signs? Something for governor? Zeldin for governor, but I can't. Anybody know where Zeldin the governor? But if you can Google stuff and find things easier. RC shops of the U.S. See, that's a good one. That's a good one. Was Zeldin running for governor in New York? I don't remember that name. I got to hear about New York a lot. You guys are saying New York? Oh, we got yellow plates. Yellow plates, New York. Yeah. Okay. I agree that's just with the yellow plates and someone saying New York. Okay. Let's say Syracuse, or do we want to go further upstate? There's nothing further upstate. Let's go Syracuse. Let's go. We're right near an off ramp or an on ramp, right? Wrong way signs there. Regulatory wrong ways. So, you know, let's just, well, it's got a loop. So we know it can't be that one. Let's find a loop. Let's just say it's here. I mean, that's actually a bad version because we can see a road is paralleling. I'm not even on the right road. I'm just looking for something that's a loop. We're going to say it's right there. It was in New York City. Jeez. I kept going the wrong way. Looks Pennsylvania. Rochester? I don't know any of these places. I don't know New York very well at all. I've only driven through. Oof. I like rocks. Man, this. Yeah, see any sports flags? Sports signs? Nothing. No context. God, this looks anywhere Midwest. Rain barrels. Oof. Okay, that's Colorado. Wait, you can't do rain barrels in Colorado, can you? Tiburon. Yeah, see that gas door on there? Ooh, it's how you know. The V6 too. It's got the dual exhaust. Arkansas, Missouri area. Yeah, definitely could be. Those rocks, those are big ass rocks. I mean, brought in probably, but that doesn't scream northern Missouri. A lot of pines. If this was Arkansas, we'd have a Razorback logo somewhere in this view. There's no way you could go this far without a Razorback logo in Arkansas. And we got a Mercedes that looks like the air suspension is either in good shape or still working. So, or, been deleted properly. So let's not say Arkansas. Let's go. It's not Illinois then. It doesn't look that southern. It could be Michigan. It's a tough one. Doesn't feel Ohio. Doesn't. Go around there. It's Michigan. You think Virginia? C-class Benz. Let's just guess. I don't know. These cars they're not rusted enough for me to think Michigan now. I don't see any trucks. That thing looks like it could be a little rough. Okay, let's just send it. Iowa. God damn it. Oh, God damn it. The bottom of this cup is. Wow. This. Is this Florida? I mean, it's very scraggly. It's very sandy, but doesn't look really sawgrassy. Kind of cans of those Bush lattes. Arizona? That doesn't feel Arizona to me. Doesn't seem green enough. New Mexico, it feels Arizona doesn't feel right. New Mexico doesn't feel right either. This stuff is dense. Look at how dense this shit is. Corner of BFE and you've got a pretty mouth. Salvo, California. Florida was kind of my first bet just based on how sandy and light that soil is. But the grass just doesn't look. I'm still thinking it feels northern, like northern Florida, Georgia area. It's not, I don't know. I'm saying maybe, yeah, that Ocala area kind of feels right. It doesn't have like the weepy trees. Let's just find a shitty looking back road and it's away from water. Where would be the area of absolutely no? This looks like the area of absolutely nowhere. Linebacker leather. Southern Florida further. Okay. What in the Plantation Parkway? Yikes. What in the F is this? I don't want to know. Oh, we didn't quite even hit silver. That's tough. That's tough. That was a parkway? Is that Disney World? Looks like a place I don't want. Somebody's lawnmower died. Oh my God. Playing again. I've got to get closer to gold. This is goddamn ridiculous. This looks like New Mexico. This is gotta be New Mexico. Fascia. That looks not good. Steel roof. Yeah, this has got to be Dodge Dakota. The only place that Dodge Dakota is still running. Not a Honda Accord, a Ford Escape. Kenworth in the background there. It's not a Pete, is it? Oklahoma. It could definitely be Oklahoma. But I mean, I guess I'm sticking with the New Mexico thought. Or BFE Texas even. I got a double wide. If I saw sport, oh, it's a sport track. You're right. That is a sport track. Explorer Sport Track. So let's go. What did I say? New Mexico or Texas? I mean, let's go. We'll go Tucumcari. Kind of split the difference. Panhandle. I wasn't that far off though. I split her. That was not bad. 162 miles. I can deal with that. For less than 250, that's the score. Georgia. The Delight. This just looks Georgia. Colors, the brick. Princeton's Delight Drive. Oh, wait. Is this north? This is north, isn't it? This is like New York. Where's Princeton? Somebody who knows colleges, tell me where Princeton is. I'm obviously not smart enough to know. I wasn't smart enough to even think about Princeton. So, now I'm not saying that there isn't Princeton drives in more places, but this, yeah, we're north, aren't we? Trees here. West Virginia. I'm good with a I can throw in a West Virginia. Let's go. I don't where in West Virginia though. Fredericksburg, or is that Massachusetts? I don't know these. Connecticut? More Virginia than West Virginia? Okay. Let's throw in a west side of West Virginia. West side of West Virginia is where it's at? Yeah, I'm in with this Connecticut choice. God, it does feel like that. That's so far up there to be wrong, and I don't know where Connecticut is. Rhode Island. Where the fuck is Connecticut? It's right up here somewhere. I don't know where all these little old shitty states are. So there it is. Hartford. Let's fire it in there with Hartford. God, it was. Oops. Yeah. Either way, that one, we weren't great. 289 miles. Not what I was hoping. Watching the replay of the fight, Jake got tore apart. Oh, I can't wait to see the Instagram replay where I don't have to watch the whole thing. I just can't. I've watched too many Jake Paul fights and been just like ugh, every time. Oh, damn it. We can't see anything on the trash cans. We're NorCal. We got. So this sticker here says keep Tahoe blue, which is a Lake Tahoe thing. But that doesn't necessarily mean it's in Tahoe because everybody around here's got keep Tahoe blue stickers. Strong current, NorCal, voting matters. I mean, this looks Tahoe-esque, though. They're close together, property value super high type thing. I mean, we're stacked on top of each other through here. But these don't look like Tahoe cars either. So hardtop BMW 3 Series convertible. Weird. Prius, that could be at anything. Is that that's a Chevy, isn't it? Not that it matters. Not much context on that. Yeah, I mean, it could be South Lake, but Sausalito? You think that's on Sausalito? Zoom in on the trash can. I tried, but I can't see anything on them. I got nothing. I can't read any of that stuff back there enough. Chico? No, it's too hilly for Chico. And it's got pine trees, so it seems higher elevation. This looks like it's up in the foothills at the very least. Auburn. It could be north, or what would that? So like this looks like it would be somewhere up in this, this Colfax, Auburn, or South Lake Tahoe type area. It doesn't look like the bay to me with the pine trees and stuff. So I don't think it's Sausalito. I could be wrong, but Susanville? I mean, that's a possibility, but no, wait, Susanville's more west, isn't it? Pollock Pines. It could be that type of area. Do I feel like this could be a Pollock Pines type place? I mean, none of the cars are overly nice anywhere. So it doesn't really make me. Damn it. This one's tough because it's in an area I should definitely North Bay? Really? The area, North Bay. Because, yeah, it looks more Grass Valley. Definitely North Bay, even with the pine trees and shit. Oh. I feel like you're crazy for saying North Bay. I think this white Econo line. Big houses. Oh, free Candyman. Hell no, that's not Pollock Pines. Okay. Marin County. All right. They're Redwood and SF. Okay. That makes sense. So you guys are thinking North Bay. Now, what is the North Bay? I just know it's like maybe just like San Rafael, like that area. One of these weirdo places. Those are too nice. Those got to be way too much money. Let's say like over here. Sunset Way. Do we have a street sign anywhere? Not that I'm going to have anywhere close. No. All right. You guys say North Bay. I'm gonna say that this is North Bay. I don't really know. Holy shit. 1.3 miles. Oh my God. 1.3. That. Good work. Good work. I mean, I still guessed it, but good work. I took your advice. That's good guessing. That's good GeoGuessr. You're welcome. Yeah, I wouldn't have I guess I needed that whole redwood tie-in because yeah, obviously all the redwoods are there. Just damn. 1.3 miles though. That's pretty good. See, right by the Safeway. Oh my God. Ooh, look at these scraggly ass things. Oh God. Oxford? Okay, we're northeast again. Yeah, this feels New York, right? Right? We're New York City. God damn. Hey, we outside one of those prisons? Park. Like my high school. Is this my high school? No. This is New York City, right? Or that area, northeast. Oxford's in Connecticut. Trenton, New Jersey. What color are New Jersey plates? Are they blue and yellow? Blue and white? Blue and white plates. Bisected blue and white. That seems Baltimore, Maryland? Could be. This is definitely that type of feel. I'm going with that Connecticut. All right, we got to remember where Connecticut is. That's Rhode Island. Norwalk. Where is where? We're gonna hedge some bets. Danbury, Hartford. Let's go Hartford. Let's just drop her in there at Hartford. That place is a shithole. Holy shit! It was Chicago. Damn it. Somebody was close. 768 miles. There goes all my points that I had made up in the last round. Son of a biscuit. Nate said Chirac. This is still a shithole. Colorado. Oh, I've been to Aspen before. This looks exactly like I remember it. Oh, John Denver's full of shit. The Rockies be a lot more rocky than this. Quality Inn. Oof. This place screams Indiana? Ohio? One bed weekly, $237. Fridgem, microwave, HBO. Was that SB mowing at the gas station? If so, we're in Topeka or Wichita. He's Wichita. I think SB Mowing's truck is white. Sioux Falls feeling. Oh, it does feel Sioux Falls-ish. Sure stay. God damn. I mean, we're close to the interstate. We're at Holiday Inn, Sure Stay, Quality Inn, the Aspen Inn, American Inn. Oh, Casey's. I mean, we're Wendy's. We don't have a single. We don't have a single context though here. Oh my God. This is talking about a shithole. Klamath, Oregon. You see the gas prices? Where didn't I see gas prices? Or was that somewhere else? I could have swore I saw fuel prices somewhere. Maybe it wasn't on this one. Wait, didn't you have to pump your own or have full service? This is not a full service station. This is $269 for ice, $24.99 propane and propane accessories. This is impossible. Ford Ranger back there. Pennsylvania. It does feel Pennsylvania. Is that a bass boat? Is there a bass boat here? Another Dodge Dakota. In-room refrigerator and microwave. Ironing board, coffee maker, hair dryer. The American Inn. They got her all. Oh, dude, this is the worst. Hey, another Sport Track. Okay, well, we are going to have to just get straight up lucky with this one. God, this feels Ohio-ish. Nebraska, don't you dare. Could be Nebraska. I wish I had a single thing to make me feel like I had a hope at a real guess here. I have not. Like all the signs are. But good Lord, the Aspen Inn. Aspen. To use Aspen sure makes me feel like it's further north, like South Dakota, like where they have more aspen trees. Because it's obviously not Colorado. Not exactly what I would call hilly. Casey's big gas station chain in Iowa. Yeah, it's big all over the Midwest, though. I'm going to take the Aspen Inn as some sort of context that we're up in South Dakota, and I'm going to drop the Sioux Falls guess. We're gonna find an interstate locale where we've got Pleasureland. Sounds exactly like what I had imagined. We're just gonna drop a Sioux Falls. You know what? Close to the airport, all those hotels. Cedar Rapids, it was Iowa. We made some Good Lord, 281 miles. Didn't make freaking silver again. Unreal. And it does look like Klamath Falls. It's weird. Shitty places all kind of look similar. Dolce. I'm playing one more. I like this stupid game. We've already lost all our viewers anyway. We're just diving in. Well, this looks like a nice place. We had a explorer. No, that's an explorer. The nicely placed landscaping lights around the narrowest sidewalk you've ever seen. What kind of add-on after add-on house is this? This used to be 2 houses or something. That's bizarre. Okay. This place loves landscaping lights. Ipswich Court. Does that sound Native American to you? This one is just got here. What did I miss? About 3 hours and 36 minutes of mainly RC stuff until the last 30 minutes when we've been playing. Where'd you like add-ons? We added on to your app. I think they just connected some shit. Ipswich and or UK time. That's very helpful. Might be Nebraska. I mean, it could be. It doesn't look. There's a lot of pine trees up here, though. That does not feel Nebraska. We had some pines, but not this many. This is again one of. I'm almost feeling like this is Pacific Northwest. This feels more Oregon, Washington than Midwest. Eugene, Portland. Spokane. Yeah, see Spokane here. I'm going up in that area. That's a bold guess though, because it's up in the middle of nowhere. And if I'm wrong, I'm so far wrong. Oh God, that's like 1,900 miles wrong. God. We're not getting bronze. They're not getting silver on this game. God, that was such a hard one. Whew. Fancy McMansions. A G6? That's a G6 right there. F-150. Gillette. Gillette. We thinking Michigan? I'm clueless at this game. Red front plate? That has to be just something random, right? Yeah, that's not a real license plate. But I guess red then could still be Wyoming? There's no way this is Wyoming. Is it? Or is Gillette a city in Wyoming? Is that what you're saying? Florida. No, it's not Florida. The grass does not look like sawgrassy, sandy, soilish. It looks pretty regular. I mean, that grass is so full. Louisiana wouldn't have anything that nice. Too green for Wyoming. Yeah, this does not look Wyoming. There's not this many people this close together in Wyoming. Do you know Wyoming only has 2 escalators in the whole state? True story. Damn, this is tough. I'm going up north. I'm going Detroit. Kansas City. I should have known. It's off 127th and Plum. Oh, I did work around here too. I did this traffic. There was this school right here. I designed this stretch of road from Black Bob and 127th over to this signal at Merlin. God, I had to redo the traffic sequencing on this reconstruction on 127th between these roads 3 times, because when we were doing the traffic study or the design, we were doing it this and this and this, and then they like kept pushing it, and it got to the point where school was going to be out of session. Like, okay, no, you have to do this side of the road first then so that we can keep access to a pool. That was, where was the pool? Frontier Pool. So you had access to this pool. So we had to build the other side of the road. And then it took too freaking long. So we had to flip it and sequence it to build it the other way instead. And then that took too long. So we had to flip it back. But the trick to it is that me and my friend Jake Good were fucking off so much during that time that when they told us, like, hey, we need you to switch all of that back, we're like, are you kidding me again? They're like, yeah, we're really sorry. There's this. I'm like, okay. And we're like, joke's on you. We never switched it back. So then we got to screw off for longer because we didn't do anything in the first place. Anyway, fun story about a project that I did 12 years ago. Designed the road. It's a straight road. That's funny. Anyway, Florida. This is Florida. I got this one. This faux sale. Ooh, that's a scary looking realtor for some reason. Looks like Beetlejuice's daughter. Ooh. No, I'm not. Just like GeoGuessr. Okay. Grenade Drive. I live on the corner of Glen Coy and Grenade. Wait, Granada. Never mind. I think it's Granada. Freaking gator. Okay. Well, South Florida and North Florida, who gives a shit? I mean, that's a nice house, though. So it's not, it can't be North Florida then. Mississippi, Dauphin Island area, Gulf Gulfport. I'm going Central Florida. Orlando. This is Goofy's house. Further down. It's closer to Cletus. No, he's up. Yeah. Wait, where's he at? I don't know. Bradenton. I think that's further up. Yeah, it's up there somewhere. Anyway. Port St. Lucie. I spent a lot of time in Port St. Lucie. Hawaii. This is Hawaii. This is Hawaii. There's the ocean, and the ocean is to the southwest. Wow, the amount of blurred in this would have made it very hard otherwise. City of Honolulu. There we go. So can we get any more context of anywhere? There is a downtownish straight west. But it's downtown-ish. Can we see anything? I mean, that's downtown. So let's say about like here. The oh wait, I was like, it went to the other person. So 3.8 miles. Not too far. I was second closest. Gulf Coast. And then we're back to. That's a big ass Chili's sign. I don't think I've ever seen a Chili's sign that big. Publix. We are in Florida. Do they have Publix anywhere else other than Florida? I've only ever ran across Publix in Florida. There's still a TGI Fridays open? I'm out. Good night, nerds. Good night to you as well. We have them in North Carolina. That makes sense because this doesn't look like Florida. The entire East Coast has Florida. Costco-sized Chili's. There's a lot of dead. Yeah, that's why it didn't really feel like Florida. Huh. Okay. Aldi's. Busted ass Penske truck. No front plates. Do you guys have front plates in Tennessee? He went to Jared. Is there anything here? Office Max, Duluth, Best Buy, Aldi, PetSmart, all standard. Circle K. There's trouble at the Circle K. Those are the two only hangouts in town: Chili's and Fridays. You guys, Alabama? This doesn't feel like Alabama. I also don't remember Publix in Alabama. This has got to be more east than that. Cars are too nice for Alabama too. There's an Ulta. It's a very nice Target. Fancy streets. Oh no, that's a private sign only. One way. Oh, that's an interesting crosswalk pattern. That is an uncommon crosswalk pattern. They have it on both sides. Oh, what state would use that crosswalk pattern? you almost never see like large spaced piano key crosswalk that with hollow centers. St. Louis, maybe? No, that's not. Missouri doesn't use that pattern for crosswalks. Missouri has a different, as a standard that wouldn't. It's not that. That is weird. Not that it couldn't be a local jurisdiction that has something different, but that does not look like a Missouri thing. Missouri also has front plates. Kansas doesn't, but this doesn't look like Kansas. Kansas also doesn't have Publix. So, ooh, that's difficult. No, you got a mix. All the leaves are gone, but there's a decent amount of pine still. Still pretty green at the same time, though, in spots, so it's not that cold. Okay, we're going to say, no, it seems more north than Augusta. Fayetteville, Raleigh, North Carolina. Southern North Carolina, Fayetteville. I could go with a Fayetteville, a little more southern. Let's try that. Oh, Georgia. Marietta. Yeah, that all tracks. That seems reasonable. Still a shitty round. That was one of my worst. It's because of that first one. All right, we've lost all hope for this stream. Hot garbage guesses tonight. We had one good guess in the North Bay with a lot of help. So that's it. Thank you all. It has been a solid 4-hour stream. My son won that game. Nice work. Congratulations. You must. Oh, it doesn't show me the scores. Okay. I am done for the evening. I appreciate all of you. Thank you for joining. If you watch this whole replay, good on you. Merry Christmas. Have a good night. Merry Christmas to all of you as well. Any good files for Rod End Tool, go to the Vanquish Products website. There is a 3D file download section. On that, there is a free Rod End STL you can download. There you go. That's my last nugget for the end of tonight. I'm going to bed. I will see you all on Wednesday. Also, there's a new video goes up on Monday of IJ stuff. There you go. Or if you remember, you already seen it. We have a stream on Wednesday, right? We always have a stream on Wednesday. It doesn't matter what is going on. See you on Wednesday. Later, everybody. Merry Christmas to you as all.